So, hello, Internet. Welcome to another episode of Rise of Tiamat. For those of you who are watching the previous episode just rerun on Twitch, and it abruptly stops with about 6 minutes left, know that the last 20 seconds is an outro card for YouTube, so you didn't miss that much. But anyway, we are here. There's some new faces. The overlay's been shifted to fit 5 people now, and I will talk about all of that in a sec, but thank you for being here, folks. Some of you may only be here because dice are going to be given away, and you know what? That's fine, and I hope you stick around because you... Yeah, I hope you stick around because you enjoy the show. So this is Rise of Tiamat. We're on episode 7. This happens every other week. So you're not going to see us... Actually, you're not going to see us next in 2 weeks from now, because a whole bunch of folks are away for various reasons. So something will happen. What it is, we don't know.
One shot?
Maybe, probably. But anyway, so I guess kind of elephant in the room stream area. Brenna, you're new. People don't know who you are. Or maybe they do because they've paid attention to the Twitter sphere or watched some of the wonderful interview skills that I have at various conventions. But tell people who you are and where they can find you and all that good stuff.
So I'm Brenna. I'm with Polyhero Dice. You can find me at Brenna Noonan. I also run the Polyhero account over at Polyhero.
And if you guys are unfamiliar with Polyhero Dice, have you been living under a rock for the past 2 years? They are... Yeah, I mean, I think I got all of my D4s are kicking right here next to me. They're super awesome. There's 2 sets have been released. The Rogue set is in development currently. And we're not gonna talk shop stuff until later if Brennan wants to. But to start us off, if you guys still says episode 7 and you said 7, this is actually 8. Under the video. Well, you know what? Maybe you're right, Internet, and we're going to change that right now. How about that? Thank you for the Internet reminding me.
Thanks, Internet. We love you.
We're going to fix that right
Always
now.
Looking out.
Always. Yes, that would be interesting, Laura, to see someone climb right in Brenna's window.
God.
Clarissa explains it all style. So, all right, so we should be good there. So that's adjusted. Anyway, what happened last time, Laura's back, by the way, because she was out, but Odella was still present. The party set sail. They returned to Waterdeep. They got to know each other over a bunch of whiskey drinking. They booked passage on the Frost Skimmer, a ship set to go north, captained by Larusta Halfface, a weathered sea captain with a face half burnt from frostbite. And they traveled 5 or so days north from Waterdeep into the Sea of Moving Ice, and they started looking to try to find this tiefling researcher named McCath the Crimson, who had gone missing about 3 years ago, was the world's expert on this artifact, the Drakhorn, which they know sounded and has caused a disruption and is a teller of greater events when it comes to dragons. Also, she's a member of the Arcane Brotherhood, and getting the Arcane Brotherhood in your back pocket is never a bad thing. So the Belladonnas said, let's go figure this out. They traveled on the boat. They dealt with some sea creatures, octopi and marrow and whatnot, before they made it to this massive ice plateau. And if the journey there wasn't harrowing enough, the first thing they're greeted by is a wall made of frozen corpses. As they set into the Ice Hunter village, they are beset with a challenge by the chief, who says, if you want to stay in our little village, you pick a champion to fight our champion, Orcaheart, this big, tall, hulking dude, greatsword. Says, you beat him, you can stay in our town. There's a language barrier, but they've got trusty Ralph, the crew, yes. NPC.
The translator.
The translator. He's there. And lo and behold, Leo is victorious. It was a harrowing fight down to the wire, but Leo won. And because Leo, my friends, is such a great warrior, you see where I'm going with this, we're going to do our giveaway right now, live in the chat, of the Warrior Dice. I'm going to open up the giveaway. All you have to do, it's going to run for 2 minutes, and then it's going to stop so I can finish the intro. All you got to do, as soon as I click open, which should be right now, if you're watching, by the way, on YouTube or any other thing, you got to jump over to the Twitch chat right now to enter. Just type Leo in the chat. That's all you have to do to enter to win. Leo in the chat, and that'll enter you to win. 2 minutes after that, it ends, and it'll pick a winner. So, Leo wins. They're going to stay the night. They sort of befriend Bone Carver, the shaman of the group, and she confides in them, basically. You know, she doesn't really...
After she tried to poison
After
us
she did...
and Wingman saved our lives.
Yes.
Excuse me.
I forgot. She did try to poison them with rotten fish. And at first they're like, oh, that's kind of weird. She's like, no, it's our custom. We like it rotten. Turns out that's true, but this was also poisoned. But Wingman, Leo's Tressum familiar, if you will, who can sense poison, put the kibosh on that. Had the party failed, they would have taken damage and gone unconscious for 8 hours. So the current scenario they're in, probably very different. They tracked her down. She confided in them that she doesn't really like being beholden to this dragon and thinks it's a matter of time before they're all killed by its just vast, icy cruelness. And she said, come with me. You can, you know, we'll figure this out. You can just come with me. I'll show you the way down into his lair. Whereas they were making their way across the open tundra, Leo's wonderful armor just said, hey, no. Oh, I should have thrown it out there. You need to be a follower of Nerd Immersion to win. You can enter, but you gotta follow to win. But it's free. If you're already here, you might as well follow. So Leo, in his clankiness, draws on... oh, wow, that was 2 minutes, guys. So I guess 2 minutes isn't that long when you think about it. So let's go ahead.
3 minutes sounds like such a good time.
I guess so, huh? All right, well, maybe we'll make the next giveaway 3 minutes. All right, so I'm going to pick the winner right now. All right, so Kadrin, you have won. So message me on either Twitter or whisper me here on Twitch your information, so we can get you set up with that set of black and goblin green warrior polyhero dice, or Discord if that works for you as well. Thank you, Katie. So any of those, just get in contact with me and I'll talk to Brenna and we'll make this happen. For those of you who are, yeah. For those of you who are wondering about the other two sets, we will be giving those away. The two wizard sets, the green flame and the pink one's name I can't remember.
Pink elixir.
Pink elixir,
It's the
yes.
best. I have.
Yes.
That's my favorite. Yeah.
We'll be giving those away.
I know I'm not supposed to.
You love all your children equally.
Yes.
Except I really like this one.
Yeah.
Equally.
We will be giving those away throughout the rest of the stream. When that giveaway happens, I don't know yet. So we got to stick around and find out. You got to be here and type out to win. So anyway, clankiness occurs. The chief barking seal points out and basically called her a traitor and said it won't matter soon, which seemingly as though in some form of cinema, that was the trigger to pull in on wings the great legendary worm of the north himself, Arauthator, the old white death, who landed down, this frightful presence emanating from him. I believe, I forget who was frightened. I think Odella might have been frightened.
Odella and Bone Carver.
And Ralph was like, well, man, dragon.
Yo, Ralph was super fun.
Yeah.
Because Ralph is chill as hell.
Yeah, I guess that's that.
Ralph doesn't get a fuck. He's like, man, I don't speak Draconic, but, you know, I'm still here for these guys. You need an interpreter,
So, with that, let's roll right into it. Why don't we have everybody roll for initiative?
Kill a dragon, you guys!
Or get killed by a dragon.
I was
No, no.
born for this. Leo was born for this.
Fuck yeah, 20.
Okay, Roswin, 20.
Ted, should I be rolling now or you want me to hold on?
Yeah, go ahead and roll now.
Initiative's ability check, right?
Yes, it is.
I got 4.
Ooh. Leo got a 17.
Leo got a 17.
I believe being afeared makes you have disadvantage on ability check.
No, I think it's just attack rolls.
I just checked today. It's ability check.
Oh, is it? Oh shit. Wow.
Jeez.
That's a game changer. Wow. All right, anyway, sorry. What did Gemini get?
12.
12. All right. Arauthator.
Who's Gemini?
I guess we'll find out soon. Arauthator is a 9. Guess might as well roll for Bone Carver. You never know. Old Bone Carver.
Oh, bone carver.
Or maybe she can pull out some
Shamans have
magic.
helped us out a lot.
Yes, you guys have done very well with shamans in the past.
Man, I wish that Spirit Guardians guy was here right now.
Yeah. Snapjaw's buddy. He
Yeah.
most definitely helped you guys out.
For
So
sure.
let's see. Thank you guys, everybody, for the follow. Let's just check. Is she indeed a shaman? Because I feel like that makes sense. Oh, she's a druid. That's right. I forgot. Per the monster manual. So. Okay. So she doesn't add, I don't think, anything to her initiative of 12. So. With that, Ralph's not going to roll because Ralph's just going to hide.
Fair enough, Ralph.
I mean, a breath weapon and you guys have no way to communicate. So.
But he was so chill when he saw the dragon.
Yeah, he's just
Yeah.
like, oh shit, dragon. Or.
Oh, man.
I guess more like
Weird.
a. He's not Keanu Reeves, but I want him to be like, whoa, dragon.
Why can't he be Keanu Reeves?
I mean, he
Why
can be
can't
now.
he be?
So to start this off, Roswin, you have the initiative.
Okay, how far off is it?
We will say, because it crashed down and it kind of emanated its frightening presence, we'll say he's about, I don't know, 100 feet away.
Okay. Well, I'm going to. And I'm just gonna cast my moonbeam on him.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cast it at level 4.
All right, so he's got to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yep.
Yeah.
DC 17.
It's a 14 on the die. I'm gonna want to say that probably passes. But go ahead and roll your damage anyway.
Okay. I got 7, 10, 2. I got 19 points.
Okay, 19 points, 14 plus 11. Yeah, so he's gonna pass that save. So 11 was if he passed or failed.
It was 19 points.
19. Wow, brain. So that's fine. So you guys watch as this. Oh, you were gonna describe to us that was a trinket you was donated to you last time. About how sparkles and moonbeams affect your casting.
Oh, right,
Yes.
right. All right, so normally I just take my wand. Now I'm really getting into the Sailor Moon thing.
It's too far.
I just take my staff and I just hold it and I cast it from my hand. This time with a flourish, I do like some serious color guard shit.
Okay.
And some glitter forms around me and I throw it out towards the dragon and a moonbeam shoots down from the sky right above it.
Okay, so he is encased in this moonbeam at the current. As per the upgrades to your staff recently, he is also outlined in this silver energy, therefore also under the effects of fairy fire, for those of you that you can take advantage.
Odella now realizes why there were so many broken glasses and dents in your floor at the Primpin' Pie.
Yeah, right.
She's like, oh,
I
get
see
it now.
Please don't say anything out loud. You're gonna embarrass me. And then I'm going to move away from the rest of the group 30 feet.
Okay. So you do that. And I need to change because we played musical cams, so I don't know how everybody ended up.
Wow, I'm a boy.
Yeah, that's the thing that could happen.
I've never been a boy before. Wow.
He goes over there. There we go. Everything's fixed. Okay, so you move away. That was your turn. Let's see. Nope. All right, then it is Leo's turn.
Yes. I think, okay, so looking at the village around, are there children out here? Are there people out here that are in immediate danger of being blasted by a dragon?
Not that you can see. It is, you are the only people out right now.
Okay, that's great. That's
I
great
mean, you
news.
don't know how much these yurts will withstand dragon breath, but, you know.
It'll be fine.
Uh-huh. Okay, great. Well, Leo immediately, beside himself, goes into a regaling tale of how, of all the dragon fights ever, it's an epic thing. And so I'm going to start off, getting my bardic thing going. And then I will run the opposite way that Katie ran.
Okay.
And so how far is the dragon again? Sorry.
100 feet.
100 feet. Okay. So I'm going to run the opposite way. So basically we're doing divergent paths. So we're not all in the same place. And then I will run my full 60 feet screaming at it with my sword out. And I will give bardic inspiration to Odella.
Okay. So Odella, you have a D8?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So you have a D8.
Let me write this down.
Bardic inspiration. A Ripster in the chat. Party is level 9. So next up is actually Old Bone Carver. She was frightened. Oh, she has disadvantage. It's not her turn. Thank you, Laura, for reminding me. Then actually it will be Gemini's turn, but I'm gonna say that for the sakes of this, you're arriving on the scene, and as we discussed when we talked beforehand, we'll have you come in second round. So potentially, if there's dragon ice breath, you can avoid that for the first turn. But you can hear, you would have seen and heard the dragon coming. So you now are able to arrive on the scene with precision in 6 seconds from now in game terms. But that means
Okay, super.
that it's Arauthator's turn. So, he surveys the scene and sees this.
I'm yelling a lot.
Make me a persuasion check, I guess. We'll see if you can persuade the dragon to solo you over the whole party.
That's what I would do.
That's fine.
Oh wow, okay, so that's going to be a 17 plus a 12. So a 29.
Alright, well, white dragons are pretty dumb.
I'm shiny also. I am very shiny.
Alright. So, it's like, even though it's not on a mountain because this is a plateau, it always looks cooler when dragons are on the mountain. So, it dismounts from this imaginary mountain, and it lands on the ground, and it sweeps its big, long drake neck, surveying the area, cold, icy blue eyes, and then it just right on Leo.
Oh, yes, honey.
And this thing, it bounds 20 feet and then leaps into the air and flies in and drops down, how far can it? Within... Really? Within 5 feet, I guess, because a dragon's claw range is only 5 feet.
Really?
Right?
He's
I know.
got stumpy little arms.
Yep.
T-Rex.
So
T-Rex
he
dragon.
will take a full series of attacks against... he does have to make a moonbeam because he started his turn in the moonbeam.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so moonbeam. He failed.
Yay! I got a good one.
Huzzah.
15, 28, 29.
Oh, okay, wow. Alright,
Rolled really well.
29 points of damage. And then after it takes that, it runs up, now losing the fairy fire effect, having exited
Sure.
the moonbeam area. And yeah, here we go. Leo, you're going to get a bite and 2 claws coming your way. Alright, so 24 is the first roll.
Yes.
So the bite is going to deal to you 13, 18, 24 points.
No.
Yum.
You don't have cold resistance of any kind, right?
Nope.
Okay, cool. Then he's going to claw you twice. That's a 24 to hit. This is going to deal 13 points.
Okay.
Then another 20. He rolled 3 13s, another 24. And then he's going to deal another 11 points of slashing damage. And you can see that it's just gathering this cold energy around its mouth as it just stares at you with this hatred for some reason. Your insult really just got it. Like, you just really found his number and pushed the right buttons.
I'm bleeding profusely and loving it.
I'm coming.
Then it's gonna be old Bone Carver's turn. Good old Bone Carver. What can she do? She can't move closer to the dragon. And she has no heals.
Look at the fuck.
And no
What kind of
range.
druid?
She's the shaman. She's just like, someone comes and they're like, I'm almost dead. She's like, that sucks.
Lame.
Yep. Cast Animal Messenger. Tell somebody your story before you die.
Perfect.
right.
That's exactly how the Belladonnas want to go out.
Yeah.
With a
she'll-
tiny little bird just tweeting the story.
She'll cast Bark Skin on herself.
Fair enough.
Because she has an 11 AC. Maybe she thinks her 16 AC will help her survive this ice breath somehow. Odella.
My turn?
Yes.
How far away are people from me?
30
30 feet.
30 feet is Roswin, 60 feet is Leo. The dragon is also 60 feet. And
I have a question
Yes.
before I potentially kill Pygot.
Oh no. Okay.
Because he is not actually performing like the action of casting the spell, I'm just casting it through him. Could he dash?
Yeah. I don't see why not.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm sorry, Pygot, please don't die. Oh god. So I'm gonna tell Pygot to go to Leo.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a 60-foot fly speed, so you should be able to reach him. I'm going to go to Roswin. I'm going to twin haste on them.
Mm-hmm.
One through Pygot, and then me touching Roswin. And then I'm going to tell Pygot to, like, literally run. So
Okay.
dash away another 60 feet.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So that's fine. That happens. So for the next minute or until it drops, Roswin and Leo, you are under the effects of haste. So that is a 2 to your AC, an extra action every round, advantage on dexterity saving throws, maybe something else that I'm forgetting, but good things.
Oh, hell yeah.
Only problem is if Odella drops it or a minute passes, you both lose a whole turn in lethargy.
No, it's fine. We're gonna kill this thing.
We're
real
going to
quick.
kill this way less than
Don't
a
even
minute.
don't even worry about it.
It's fine.
Both go before me, so you'll at least get maybe one turn.
All right. So.
And then as a bonus action, I'm going to flip out my wings.
All right. So you guys watch.
Miraculous, and then
as these ethereal, and they are golden, if I recall.
Yes.
Because they don't come out very often. So.
No. They're like golden and sparkly and
yeah.
like
so
sunshine, basically.
Okay.
He's got the moon sparkles. I got like the sunshine.
There you go. Got the moon and the sun coming right here. It is a planetary.
And there's just a lion floating in the middle.
Yeah, right. Just kind of hanging out. So anyway, that ends your turn. Do you fly up or do you just stay where you're at?
I don't have any more movement. 30 is my movement.
Oh, you're right. You moved. I'm sorry. Okay, so then you're there.
Yep, I'm stuck.
Back around to the top, or Roswin?
Okay, so I am going to cast Heal on Leo.
Yay.
Okay.
That's awesome.
And let's see here. I guess like weapon attack, but I'm not getting that close. So you get 70 hit points back.
Holy Toledo. That's awesome. I'm back at full, baby. Come at me, dragon. Let's do it again.
And then I'm going to, I guess, dash, or I'm going to go up into the air.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. 30 feet up?
Yeah, I'll go like 40 because I have haste, so why not?
Fair. All right, then it is Leo. It is your turn.
Okay. Let's
Fuck
see.
him up, Leo!
All right, I'm so on it. Okay. Wow. Oh God, I'm just so excited.
I can tell.
Wow, I'm like actually overwhelmed. I just need to
Is this how much of this is Leo and how much of this is Celeste?
I would say 50-50.
All right. Has Celeste not encountered
Celeste has never fought a dragon because Celeste DMs most of the time.
Fair enough.
Okay, that's what
dragons attacking people.
I recognize that kindred spirit, so by all means.
Okay. All
enjoy.
right. Well, let's go ahead and go classic with all of my extra haste attacks.
Okay.
Yay. Okay.
So right there, that's your 2 regular attacks, and the haste is a 3rd attack. So
Yep. Oh,
let's see what you got.
that's so good.
Rack him, Leo.
I love it. Okay, I'm gonna guess a 19 probably isn't gonna do it.
Surprisingly, it does.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm just gonna roll all my hits and then do my damage.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, 13's not gonna do it.
No, that's not gonna do it.
That's fine. Okay, and then a 28.
That will hit.
Oh yeah, and then okay, so that will be. Let's get all my D8s. I'm so excited. Okay.
I'm like vicariously excited.
I'm fighting a dragon. Okay, so that'll be 16 slashing damage altogether.
Okay.
And then that'll be 7 force damage.
How much? 7?
Yep.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go ahead and throw a bardic inspiration over to Roswin.
Okay. Roswin, you have the bardic inspiration as well.
D10, right?
D8.
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 Getting ahead of yourself.
Almost. Next level.
So close.
And I believe that is all for now.
Okay.
For now. I'm gonna keep screaming at it.
Okay. At the end of your turn, it's going to use its legendary action, or one of its legendary actions, to do a tail attack against you.
Ew.
It's a 24 to hit.
Jesus, every time, 24.
Yeah, what is that?
It's the 4th 24.
Well, my AC is 23 now, so that sucks.
Yeah, so it's going to do a whopping 9 points of damage, though.
Oh, no!
Will you make it?
I spit blood out of my mouth onto the icy ground.
Yeah, yes. The crimson spray of your blood frosts, and it kind of, you know, there's that stop where, like, when you breathe out and you have that misty breath, that the blood's kind of doing that as it slowly congeals and freezes because it's sub-zero temperatures. You also notice the arrival of the dragon does drop the temperature a significant amount, although for Roswin, being the dragon expert that she is, this does not quantify as its lair, so you don't have to worry about those side effects. And with that, Gemini, you arrive on the scene however you choose to arrive there. I assume either walking and or riding, but...
Glitter.
Yeah, there's glitter everywhere.
Yeah, great. I love it.
Welcome.
Ted, real quick question.
Yeah.
Did you want Uja to roll initiative separately, or do you want us to do
No,
it?
you guys can... It's just super easy to do it on the same turn. So we'll just do it because I don't want to have to lose track of another person in initiative. So you guys can act together on your turn.
Okay,
So...
that works for me. All right. So Gemini arrives on the scene. She's a tiefling clad in this like frost scale mail, and there's like snow, like magical snow falling off of her. She arrives on the scene and kind of takes it all in. She sees you guys locked in battle with this dragon. And you see her point her finger forward, and from behind her comes rushing a giant polar bear.
Yes.
So cool.
Who's going to attack the dragon?
Yeah, alright, let's get some attack rolls.
Yeah, so I'm guessing a 15 is not going to do it. For the dragon.
15 does not do it, unfortunately.
That's all right. How about a 27?
Yeah, 27 will absolutely hit a dragon.
All right, so she misses with her bite, but her claws land, so dragon's going to take 15 damage from that.
Alrighty.
Even a lady polar bear? Oh, this is great.
She's a lady polar bear.
Aww.
And then from right behind her, Gemini is going to let loose with her longbow. That one's going to miss, though, unfortunately.
Okay.
She was so stunned by the majesty of Uja rushing forward.
Yeah. For sure. And you guys do see this, you know, I guess I would say, again, based on just the way Rangers work, and like the quintessential polar bear that is just like more polar bear-y in every way that in which a polar bear can be a polar bear, come rushing onto the scene. And yes, just for the players and the chat as well. So we know you're a tiefling. We know you've got this badass scale mail, and you have a sweet bow and all of that. But skin color, horn design, give us a little idea what we're looking at.
Yeah, so she has kind of like curled ram horns, and she is a light red in color. And she has, instead of having like a reptilian dragon tail, she actually has kind of like a lion tail, like a skinny tail, with a little tuft of hair at the end.
Very
Is this
cool.
love? Is this true love?
This could be true love for Leo the
Could be
Lion.
true love.
I already ship it.
All right, there you go. You heard it here first, folks. All right, so now it is Arauthator's turn, and actually, wait. After that, he's going to use a legendary action because I don't want to forget that I have these.
Cool.
And
You can forget. We won't
he's
get-
going to beat his wings, and I need. Let's see, Roswin, you're not within 10 feet, right? Cool. All right, so yeah, I need everybody. So that's just Leo and your polar bear is within 10 feet. Yeah.
Don't hurt the boy.
I need to. It's
Uja.
Uja. I'm gonna write that down so I pronounce it right. Cool. I need Uja and I need Leo to make dexterity saving throws. as
gonna
the
get
wind speed.
advantage from haste.
You do
That's a
have advantage.
non-natural 20.
Perfect. That passes.
Yep, a 20, not natural.
Okay.
Yeah,
so you
me and this bear.
Killing it.
Okay, so no damage and you're not knocked prone. So he's like, yeah, whatever.
I'll take it.
Give
So
the
he
bear
does.
a high five.
He does get to fly half of his movement speed. But he's only gonna raise up maybe 5 feet off the ground and flapping there to kind of get a better vantage point on what's going on. Then it's his turn. And seeing now the arrival of additional people, he is going to... You watch as the frost just... and just... out this frigid breath. And I will need... Let's see, Roswin, you made a point to go 30 feet in the other direction.
Yeah, and then I went 40 feet up.
And so let's see. If he's aiming it back to where because did...
I was over by Odella before she flew, or by Roswin before she flew up 40 feet.
Okay, so... Alright, so he's basically gonna go for... Leo, because he hates Leo.
And I hate him right back,
God
except
damn
I
it.
love him.
All
We're
of
the
my
best
turns are gonna
frenemies.
be heal.
Sorry.
So that's gonna hit Uja, that's gonna hit Leo, that's gonna hit Bone Carver, and it's gonna hit Ralph. Because they're in that 60-foot cone. Because the other two, because Odella and Roswin ran to the I guess in my vision, you ran 60 feet this way. He came up to meet you, and then aiming back because of if he could angle to get all of you, he would, but the cone's only 60 feet. So, okay, I need Constitution saving
Ralph.
throws from.
Would you say Ujo would have resistance to cold or frost damage?
Oh, sure. We never talked because we never talked about giving your bear a magic item because we said we were gonna do that at some point. We never talked about it. Let's just give Frost a cold resistance because
My plan all along was to actually just put you on the spot. To pressure
great.
you.
I see. That is
Yes.
clearly
She
effective.
can
I guess.
stay.
All right. So yes, Constitution saving throws from the two of you.
I'm going to use a luck point to re-roll this.
Okay.
It's a 24 for Uja.
All right. So that is gonna pass.
Nice. 21.
That is also going to pass. So, I'm gonna roll for the other two. Yeah. So, all right.
Killing grandmas, really, Ted?
I'm not above that. Let's be honest. So you are going to take. Oh wait, I have a calculator. How about that?
Neat.
So you are gonna take Leo. You are gonna take 29 points of damage, of cold damage. Uja's only gonna take 15 points of cold damage. Ralph. Oh, Ralph.
Ralph.
Ralph, that's a 7, my friend.
Oh no.
Hang on. Ralph actually does have stats. He's not. He is a guard. He is not a commoner.
Okay.
That doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be able to survive this, but
But
We're
open.
gonna find out here in a second. Guards.
Are you doing NPCs get insta death?
Ralph fans out there, Ted.
I would say no, but the fact that he's going to do 5 times Ralph's hit points in cold damage.
Oh,
Ralph is dead as fuck.
Ralph is frozen
Ralph is super
solid.
dead.
Old.
Oh, it's a Ralphsicle.
I've literally never seen anyone more dead than Ralph.
Yeah.
In this moment.
Like freeze and then shatter into a million pieces.
Oh,
no, he'll freeze solid so that if he survives, Arauthator can add his body to the ice wall.
Wow, what a freak.
So yeah, Ralph, as a little fun fact here, Ralph had 11 hit points. Arauthator just dealt him 54 points of cold damage. So
Walk it off.
Feels bad.
You'll be fine.
All right. So, old Bone Carver.
Oh, Jesus. Bye.
That's a 16 on the die. Hang on. And a +1, so she fails.
Eight.
And she has 27 hit points, which full amount and then double. She's also frozen solid.
This sucks. Stupid dragon.
And you see just this smile of joy, toothy smile across his face as the dragon looks down at you, Leo, and it just laughs. Laughs in your face.
So much.
So it's not Ralph's turn or old Bone Carver's turn. Odella, it's your turn.
God.
Okay, so I still want to move.
Oh, and Pygot flew 60 feet away, so Pygot avoided it as well.
He did. Yay. I don't want him to die. He's my lovely. He's hiding, by the way.
Okay, that's
He
fine.
flew away and he's hiding.
You know what? Go ahead and have him make me a stealth check anyway, just for the hell of it.
Okay. In case the dragon's like, I'm just gonna kill this little tiny dragon.
Well, I mean, white dragons are dumb, but they're not
This
dumb.
dice keeps just rolling off my. Oh no, Pygot! It's a natural 1.
Oh, buddy.
Oh,
Well,
where do you hide in all the snow?
He's bright red.
all right. Okay. Well, he's gonna
Tell him
pass.
to hide in my blood puddle.
Yeah.
Just
I
camouflage.
feel like that's in the danger.
So it all come together.
Right. All right. So he attempts poorly. Like he lands on the ground and with wings putting snow, trying to pile snow
Oh,
on top
buddy.
to hide.
Little baby.
But what do you do for your turn?
Okay, I am going to. You know what? I'm just gonna lay down a big old fireball on top of him.
Okay. Yeah, he's big enough and he's up in the air that a fireball.
Well, I was gonna do it above him because
Okay.
he's never on the ground.
Right. Yeah, by all means, he's gonna make a dexterity saving throw, which is a 23. 23.
Yeah, that saves.
Fair. He's not. Yeah, he's the old white death for a reason. So.
Well, stop that. 31.
31. So. Okay. So he's gonna take half because he saved, but either way, that's still 16 points. Okay, that was your action, right?
Yeah, I don't have a bonus action, but I am going to try and spread out a bit more. So
Okay.
I'm underneath Roswin right now, so I'm gonna try and move diagonally backwards and up. If that makes sense.
As much as any of this made-up game makes sense at this point in time, sure.
Not
Okay.
moving back towards Leo's side because I don't want to get hit with an ice breath, but opposite.
Sure, that works. Okay. So then it's gonna go back around to the top to you, Roswin.
All right, I'm gonna move my moonbeam.
Okay.
How far did it move?
It moved. It would have been 40 feet up.
Okay, then I can still move it.
So that's still within range?
Yep.
60 foot to move it, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Plus it's a 40-foot up thing, so.
Oh, yeah, so he's still within it.
Yeah.
So. So he's got to roll. He's going to pass.
Okay, that's 6, 11, 18, and 23 points of damage.
3. All right. Damn, these are
Nice.
pretty solid moonbeams you got going
Well,
on.
I cast it at 4th level, so.
Fair.
Oh, and now he's all fairy fired. Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, he is. So, is that it for Roswin?
You know what? I'm going to. How far away is Leo from me? Is he within 120?
Yes.
Okay. Then I will throw 2 Fey heals his way. So it's 2d6.
Okay.
Why not? Double sixes.
Yes.
Nice.
So you have
The dice
12
love me.
hit points and 2 temporary hit points.
Cool. Groovy, groovy.
All right. Is that it for Roswin?
Yep, that's. I'm gonna. Odella, you moved out from under me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna go 10 feet down. I don't want to be too far away. And I can, if I'm hasted, I can't cast a cantrip. It's only a weapon attack, right?
Correct. Or dash, disengage, hide.
Okay.
Or maybe dodge too. I forget.
Ash, disengage, hide, or use an object.
Okay. I don't really have much else I can do because I'm up in the air. So me hiding is gonna be.
Yeah, fair.
So yeah, that's my shit.
Okay. Then Leo, it is your turn. This dragon is 5 feet off the ground. He is in. Oh, more importantly, Roswin, the polar bear that ran up and attacked this dragon. I assume you consider that polar bear to be an ally?
Yeah.
Okay. Then it doesn't take damage from the moonbeam. Leo, you are backlit by silvery moon energy from the sky, as so is this dragon.
Can somebody please draw this? I can't.
It's so epic.
I
We need to
can't.
get a classically trained oil painter.
Please, please. This needs to be in the Louvre. Okay, sweet. All right, so I'm gonna pop some moves. Here we go.
All right, let's see him. They're at a little advantage because he's in fairy fire.
Oh yeah, baby. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off. I forgot I had maneuvers last turn, so I'm gonna go ahead and remember I have them, and then I'm gonna try a menacing attack.
Okay.
Ooh.
So.
Here we go.
All right.
So at advantage, 22 to hit,
That does hit.
and I need him to make a Wisdom saving throw or be frightened of me.
He just looks at you and he smiles again. He just laughs at you. Says, and it's just like,
fine.
nice try. And it echoes over this plateau. You can hear this laughter. But go ahead and give me the damage.
I really punch in the story at this point when the valiant hero drives his sword through the dragon's heart. Because I'm still telling my tale for bardic inspiration, but oh boy, I want him to be scared. Okay, so all right, so for damage for that one, I guess I'll do this first here. So that is going to be 14 slashing. And then 5 force. And then I'm gonna go ahead and try or do my second swing.
At advantage.
Okay, so yeah, 26. Love it.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm gonna. Can I do another maneuver right now?
Yeah, only one per attack. But yeah.
Got it. Okay.
This
so
is
then
a
I'm
different
gonna...
attack, so.
Alright, well, I'm gonna try a menacing attack again.
Okay.
Now I'm scarier this time.
He is going. What's your DC?
16.
Yeah, no, he's got you tied. So.
That's fine. That's fine. Extra damage. Okay. All right. So that'll be 15 slashing, and then 1 force.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna action surge and do it all over again, baby.
All right. Let's see him.
All right. While I have this advantage, let's keep it rolling. Okay. So 24.
Yes.
God, this is so much math. 10 slashing, 6 force damage.
Okay.
All right, my fourth attack now. Okay, so 22 to hit. Okay, that'll be 14 slashing damage.
Okay.
And then 6 force damage. Yes.
Oh, you're on a fire.
Oh man. And then I'm gonna go ahead and throw a bardic inspiration. Both of you have them and haven't used them. I'm gonna throw it to our cute horned friend over there.
Okay. All right. So Gemini, you have bardic inspiration to use as you see fit.
That's
It
a
is
D8.
It's a D8.
Yep.
Correct. Leo, don't forget your
I
hasted
have a
action.
gold glittery D8 just for the occasion.
Nice.
Oh, and then with my hasted action, I am going to drink a potion.
Okay. Fair.
So wait, what is a greater healing potion?
4d4 plus 4.
Neat. All right, I will drink one of those. God, I'm busy. I'm a busy boy.
All right. Arauthator's going to use legendary actions to do another wing attack. So I'm going to need Leo and Uja to make dexterity saving throws again, please.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a 7 for Uja.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, buddy.
That is
I'm rooting for him to get the killing blow.
It's a
One of theirs.
15.
It's a her.
Her, sorry.
All right, so you will both fail. You will both
No.
each take 13 points of bludgeoning damage, and you're both knocked prone.
No, lame.
Ooh.
And then he will... And he will fly up 40 feet straight up. But you both get opportunity attacks.
Is this the start of his turn?
No. This is a legendary action.
Oh, gotcha.
We get opportunity attacks even though we're prone,
You're at disadvantage because you're prone.
but we're at advantage with the fairy fire.
Yeah, so it's a straight roll.
Okay.
Good point.
Okay.
So go ahead and make
Natural 20.
Shit, all right.
Yes. I'm on the ground like, no! You asshole!
Leo's very determined right now.
It's so cute.
Adela's like, this is awful. I hate this. Why do we ever leave?
Oh, yes. Okay. Wow. Okay. So that's going to be for me. 13 slashing plus 2 force plus another 4 slashing.
Okay. The force is doubled too.
Oh, okay.
It's
then,
any dice are damaged or doubled, so
Oh, okay. Let me. All right. So 4 more.
yeah, 4 more. Cool. Uja,
She got an 18.
that hits.
Cool. Can she do a multi-attack on a...
Just one, but you can choose bite or claw, whichever you prefer.
a claw?
Okay.
That's going to be 15 damage from her
All right.
Nice.
terrorizing claws.
So let us see here. Oops. All right. Math. Okay. That is a number that I'm not gonna read out loud because I almost did. Okay, so you both hit and you do massive damage to this thing, and you guys are on the ground as the wings are continually buffeting, just pushing you, trying to get up. You make your valiant swing and claw, and then you're buffeted back down from the strength of these wings. And you guys are slowly getting, Uja's white fur is slowly getting doused with streams of red, as is Leo, as the blood is pouring down from this dragon as he flies. So he's 45 feet up now in the air, having been 5 feet up before. He is 40 feet up now. That makes it... Well, that was Leo's turn. Gemini, it's your turn.
All right. Well, Gemini is none too pleased, having just seen her polar bear get knocked down.
Fair.
So her bonus action, I'm going to do lightning arrow.
Okay.
I might just do these both together because I feel like it would be more dramatic.
Sure.
So bonus action, she's going to do lightning arrow, and then on her attack, she's going to use conjure barrage. So she's going to do both of those together. So she pulls back her longbow, and it crackles with this like icy lightning. So the lightning arrow
I think you have to roll to hit for
I
the...
do, yeah.
And you're not at advantage anymore as you have
Right.
exited out of... Or he's out of the moonbeam, just barely.
Nice. It's gonna be a 24 to hit.
Doesn't matter with you guys! So that hits.
Yeah, so Dragon's gonna take 48 lightning damage.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I thought you said 48.
I was like, holy shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
to roll. Alright. So it's gonna take 23 lightning damage from the
Whoa.
lightning arrow.
That was a good roll.
And then my conjure barrage, it's gonna take another 3d8. And you can make a dex save to get.
Is Conjure Barrage a spell?
It is.
So that would be 2, even though it's a bonus action, that's 2 spells in a turn. So you could do a bonus action spell and a cantrip if you had one. So you can't do both simultaneously, it would be one or the other.
Okay.
So you could still
I'll
attack.
take the lightning arrow then.
Yeah. Because that was only your
Yeah.
bonus action and then one attack. Right?
Yeah,
So you still have another
Yeah.
attack.
I do.
So if
Could I use my attack action to have Uja become unprone?
Sure. I'm more... She could just
Okay.
do that with her movement. I'm fine with that. Just stand up from prone.
Oh, okay.
So you still have your
I
attack.
wouldn't have to use an action to like command her.
No, I think at this point, because you guys have been together for so long, there's no reason to, like... I think also, and from a purely self-preservation standpoint, any animals, like, I better get up off the ground, it seems like a bad idea.
She's like, I'm just gonna lay here for a
Maybe it won't see
tired.
me if I blend in with the snow. Takes a
To
key
be
from
honest,
Pygot and piles some
Real
snow.
life, Katie, that might be my go-to move.
Just give up. Lay down and give up.
All right. So I just sent a big old lightning bolt into this thing, and I'm going to take another pot shot at it.
Yeah.
So that wouldn't hit. So I'm going to use my bardic inspiration to
Yeah.
convert that.
Yeah.
Going through.
17.
Just miss by one.
Yeah.
The arrow just flies off. The wind from the wings just knock it out of the way.
Oh.
Okay. Then it is Arauthator's turn. He is none too pleased with that lightning arrow. Does he get his breath weapon back?
No.
He does not.
Oh.
So
Collective sigh of relief.
he looks down at all of you and he just kind of sneers, mostly at Leo.
This guy.
And then he just turns and just go, and like in a swirl, there's a swirl of snow and ice as he just rockets off, and you hear in the distance a splash somewhere.
No! And Leo is screaming, no! And like goes to his knees in the snow and is just like pointing his sword off. Like stream of profanities.
Oh, poor buddy.
Oh,
Wait, so we
God.
don't see where he goes because there's.
No, I mean, there was that kind of snow haze around in general. But he takes off with, 160 plus feet of movement. And he was already 45 feet up in the air, and he's just out of sight.
Because I can move 60 and I'm 30 feet up in the air, and then I can do something that's 120 feet.
It's up to you.
I'm gonna chase.
Okay.
Oh,
Wait,
hell
it's not,
yeah,
might
I
not
got a
even be
thing
my
too.
turn. I don't even know if it's my turn. Hold on. Backtrack. Is it my
Alright.
turn?
Okay.
No, it's not.
Fuck.
It's his turn. So then, he moves away an amount, which is 160 feet.
Okay. Nice.
And then it would be your turn.
Okay, I'm going to.
Odella, you're no longer frightened because you can't see him anymore.
Okay. I forgot to be making my saving
Oh
throw.
shit! It's Odella's turn. My bad. It's before Rosalind's turn. It's your turn.
Okay.
You don't see him. But
and I'm no longer afeared.
Yes, correct.
Odella is going to give chase.
Okay.
Oh, hell yeah, I love it. I love this.
Yes. Great, but then she wasn't. God, I'm gonna chase him. Also, I forgot to be making my saving throws at the end of my turn. Okay, so let's see here. I have 30 feet of movement.
Correct.
Do I see him at all?
Well, again, the visibility here was limited anyway, based on the snow. So
splash.
You heard a splash, yeah, somewhere. Because where you guys are set up on this plateau, you're sort of in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And he was 45 feet up in general, and then took off 160 feet in a direction.
Mm-hmm.
So you would have lost sight of him. You could attempt to make a perception check if you want. But
I will attempt that.
It's going to be at disadvantage due to the limited visibility here.
Can I use my DM inspiration to make it not a disadvantage?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to use my bardic inspiration.
Yeah.
So inspired.
That is a 24.
Okay, so based off of that roll, you think, and we'll retcon the splash there out of the scenario, at the moment anyway. You think it's hard. I mean, you're looking for a white thing in a snow-covered sea of white.
Mm-hmm.
So you see what you think to be movement, basically due north of your position.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're 45 feet up, 160 feet out. Looks like that might be it over there.
Mm-hmm.
Very hard to tell, but you think you see some movement up that direction.
How far away is it?
That's...
From
Jesus. Pythagorean theorem here. Hang on. 45 feet up, 160 feet this way. I don't know. At least 160 feet away. Probably more than that. Do some math in the meantime. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. There.
It should be less. The 160 should be the longest part.
Right, yeah, so it would be... Well, either way.
It would be 120. If I flew 30 feet forward.
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to get at, I think he's over there, and then shoot, use my ring of shooting stars.
Okay.
And shoot one ball lightning right where I think he is.
Okay, and how does that work again? I know I ask you every time.
Okay, so if it comes within 5 feet of that sphere,
Mm-hmm.
They have to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Let's see. What is the DC for that save?
15.
Okay, so go ahead and roll your damage.
Oh, yes. Yes! Okay, I gotta write this down. It's 4d12, by the way. So
Okay.
I just rolled an 11 and a 12.
Yes.
Nice. 43 lightning damage.
Yeah.
43, you said?
Yep.
Damn, that's pretty good on 40, 12?
Yeah, I got 2 11s, a 12, and a 9.
That is not too shabby,
Save that die forever.
right?
The tie that Ted gave me. So apparently the D12s roll well.
Now you guys know. Now you know that's the dice for that. All right, so
Do I hear a shout of pain?
I don't know. Make me a perception check against the wind.
I just want to know if I hit something or if it was just like, snow, you hit snow.
The snow took so much damage.
That's like a perception.
Yeah.
10.
Maybe. Could
Well-
be. Could be.
Well, it did explode. So
It did go off, yeah. So there was
There was a creature near it because it has to be a creature.
Correct. There was a creature near
I
it.
could be murderizing some person.
Just like
but
a flock of seagulls are just dead.
I'm going to use a quicken spell,
Uh-huh.
and for good measure, I am going to do. Let's see here. You know why not? I'm gonna fireball it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna- So another dexterity save. That's 17.
Okay. Yeah. No. So go ahead and roll your damage. Even if you made the noise, you don't know if you really heard it. Maybe the dragon is just a grunter. Best chat.
Oh, that's 30 points of damage.
Points of damage.
Yes.
Alright. So
I don't like when dragons get away, so
Mm-mm.
I don't want to have to go somewhere else to fight this dragon guy.
This dragon killed Grandma. It's going down.
So that's all I can do, though. That's my action and bonus action. Movement.
okay. What's that? Okay.
Wait. Plus 9 points of radiant.
Oh,
damage.
right, because of
Yeah, my wings.
yeah.
And he's dead. Thank you.
So Roswin, in between your turn and Odella's barrage of whatever that was, magic of all manner, stars. We got the sun, we got the moon, now we got shooting stars.
This is amazing.
Lightning, striking.
God bless you.
So you do hear a splash. It is your turn.
I hear a splash.
Yeah, well, everybody hears a splash. It's pretty loud.
Okay. Well,
Is that
I'm
separate
gonna.
from the other splash that we heard, or
We're retconning that previous splash. That didn't happen. This one happened.
oh, okay.
Okay.
Because I was immediately going out of initiative, and then they're like, "Nah, let's chase him." All right, never mind.
Of course, we're chasing him. We're
Of course.
fucking Belladonnas.
Yeah.
All right.
We
Anyway,
need chase.
We don't let dragons get away.
so what do you do?
All right. I'm gonna move the 60 feet that I can move.
Right. Oh, and your movement speed is doubled for haste. So
Yeah.
that is that. So 60 feet you move.
Yeah, towards where Odella indicated.
Yep.
Do I see like any kind of water or anything?
Yeah. This from this side of where you're at. This is you can kind of see there's a cliff, and there is the ocean, the sea of moving ice itself. You can't get a good look, but you're high. You just went straight or you went up. How'd you go? Or on an angle?
Well, I'm 30 feet up on the air already, and then I moved 60 across.
60, just like at the 30-foot height?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'll say at this point is you can see that there is a cliff and then water beyond it, but you're not like looking down at the water.
Okay, so I'm going to. I don't know if this will work, but I'm going to try.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Call Lightning into the water and see if I can electrify it and cause
Yeah.
damage.
Okay.
Just into where I see the cliff go down.
Okay. And that was just now. Remember, you do still have you do have your other movement as well from your hasted action. If you needed to.
Then I'll move.
Another 60 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So you move another 60 feet. So now you're 120 feet. So now you can see. Now you've gone about 40 feet past the cliff, and you can see the open ocean here, and you can see there's terrain going down. There's broken up pieces of ice everywhere because sea of moving ice, and you can see a disbursement of the ice where clearly something impacted the water and pushed. You can still see ripples there where something pushed the ice out. You can make me a perception check.
11 plus 9, 20.
Okay. So as you look down into this water, you can see it's hard. The water's kind of murky here, but there is the ice about. But you notice that as you're looking at the water, the temperature in the air gets a little bit warmer than before. And the wind and the precipitation in the area dies down a little bit. And you can see with your perception check, slowly sinking down is the corpse
Yes!
of a white dragon.
Yes!
Hey!
Leo
I know
still
it's
didn't.
probably way overkill, but I wanted to murderize it.
That
Oh.
says 9.
9 radiant damage did it.
Are you
9
serious?
minus 9 from the wings is 0 damage.
Yes!
Yes, I'm so glad I remembered.
Oh my god, yes. Leo still doesn't know this happened, so he's still crying. He's just weeping in the snow because the dragon got away.
I'm gonna
Oh
shout.
no, poor Leo.
I can't fly. You all have wings and shit.
I'm going to shout, "Dad!" back over to them. Let's see.
So guys, get this. Funny enough how that happened to work out. Let's go here. And you know what? This is a great time to do. Due to the fiery death of this dragon, how about we give away some Polyhero Wizard green flame dice right now?
Nice.
Really good.
Nice lead-in, Ted.
Wow, that's
I-
ugly.
I was prepared that it
You
might
too
work out
could
that way.
kill a dragon.
You two, they are mine.
Good
Are,
job.
mine. Just get the headphones. Mine are right here.
Guys, everything that happened was so clutch in that moment.
So if you guys want to win this really
Spent all my
sweet
sorcery points and all my level 3 spells.
green and
Fucking-
black swirl dice that glow in the dark, no less. Mine aren't charged, so they won't glow if I turn my lights out. But if you go ahead, I'm going to activate the giveaway right now with 3 minutes on the clock and type Odella in the chat. You can get a chance to win a set of these awesome Polyhero Green Flame Wizard dice. I just showed you the wizard hat. It will not come with the wizard hat, but that's you can get these sweet green. This is awful lighting for this. I have like a flashlight.
It is.
Boom. Flashlight. Here we go. Check out the green and the black. And this is, there we go. A little bit in frame. So
It looks better than that in person.
it totally
Yeah.
does. And the
There's good pictures.
there's
You
pics
can
on the website, and the green is what glows in the dark.
Yeah, and you could go on Ted's Twitter, and there were pictures of it.
Yes, you can.
You can go on our Twitter @Polyhero. Visit us on Facebook @Polyhero. They're much nicer pictures.
Yes, much nicer pictures. This was not.
Jeez, Ted.
Ted,
Listen,
where was your light box ready to go for those great pictures?
I know. It's elsewhere. But anyway, if you guys want to win those dice, type Odella in the chat. There's a countdown
You have to
timer
spell it
going.
correctly.
Yes, Odella is the entry point. You have to be following the channel to enter as well. It's a 3-minute clock, after which point I will pick a winner. So, you guys here,
I've been wanting to ask you, is that the chair you want at PAX East?
it is the chair I want at PAX East. Can't argue with a free chair, so...
So we're leaving PAX East, and I see Ted walking out. I'm like, oh, okay, see ya. And he's dragging this chair behind him. I'm like, tell me you didn't steal that.
Yep. Last minute tournament that I didn't plan on entering at 4 o'clock on Sunday. The winner gets a DX Racer.
Workout. So that just goes to show everybody in the chat, if you've never won something, you can still win something.
You can absolutely win. So all you have to do again is type out Odella in the chat. Yes, and thank you, Katie. If you don't win and you'd like to pick up a set for yourself, that's the Polyhero Dice link to buy them. Although, stick around, because some point throughout the rest of the stream, there's one more set of pink elixir Polyhero Wizard dice to give away. They look like that. Much better lighting.
Yeah, that looks very good.
So...
Looks nice there.
Yes, Mud Puppy, to your point, I was originally dragging and pulling the chair until at some point I made the realization that I could just sit in it and wheel my way all the way to the elevator.
Amazing.
Which I did, but I did, and
Definitely one of my most treasured PAX memories.
Oh man, good times, guys. You should go to PAX. They're a lot of fun. Anyway, so that was that. So you guys hear Roswin yelling "dead" at the top of her lungs.
Leo stands back up immediately.
Wipes his tears.
And no, he's still crying though, but he's like looking at his sword and like just enjoying this moment. And then he's gonna look at the polar bear and look over at you standing on the hill and be like, "Thanks."
And there's this polar bear next to you.
Gemini says kind of solemnly, Arauthator has been a scourge on these lands for many years. It was my pleasure to see Bravo.
Mine too. It sounds like we have a lot in common. Why don't you come down here? Who are you? Where did you come from?
Odella's gonna slowly fly back, but I'm also like thinking maybe we should get the dragon before it sinks. I don't know how we're gonna get that out of there. Then
I'm gonna shout back, "I can be a giant octopus!"
Oh, there you go. I figured Katie's got it.
Well, a giant octopus is okay. I don't know if a giant octopus is strong enough to lift.
And I can summon other ones.
Can you polymorph one of us too?
Yeah, I could.
Ooh.
Well,
I could probably do something better than that. For polymorph.
Anyway, we'll determine what happens if you guys try to... I mean, also, what are you going to do with it then, once you have it?
I mean, do we
I
need
don't
a
know.
dragon corpse?
I feel like Leo wants a trophy for
I
first
understand.
dragon fight.
He will remember this moment forever.
No, we're getting you some shit. Plus, you know, how dope would it be
Okay. Well,
to
if you want to
have
give
a-
me shit.
to have a tent made out of white dragon scales? You know how
Oh, hell yeah.
stealthy we would be in this kind of setting?
Yes.
Pretty dope.
That's
all
like
about
having
the
like
fashion,
an alligator skin tent. That's so ridiculous. I love
To
it.
throw it out there, Fearless Guster, congratulations on winning the Polyhero Green Flame dice. Be sure to speak up, at least you did in the chat. Get at me in some form, either Twitter or Discord, or just a whisper here in Twitch works as well. Whatever works best for you, to get me your info so that we can get you the dice. I imagine you're probably not going to miss out on that because free dice, right? And they're awesome, so...
They're so good. Plus, mine rolls amazing. Best die, and I will use it for everything. I used to be everything was themed to my character, and now I'm just like, I'm not risking it. I'm using this.
Then you just start making characters that go with the dice.
There you go.
Exactly. My character is pink, so it's perfect.
There you go, it's perfect.
Yeah. So, okay. So why don't... Yeah, so what is Roswin's plan? You're screaming dead. People are having a conversation. I'm just trying to figure out the scenario at the moment.
I guess I'm gonna fly down to the water, and I'm kind of gonna test to see if it's like moving in a certain direction, so it doesn't drift away. But if it seems like it's pretty steady,
You should come up to on land before your haste wears off, and then you get really tired.
can I just
Oh.
hover?
I don't know.
I just can't move.
Works.
But I don't know if I'm flying means moving. Like,
So either way, as a minute pat, like Gemini, Leo is reaching out to talk to you, and then like after about another 30 seconds, he just kind of is just like powers down for about 6 seconds as his body overcomes with lethargy to catch up to the speed at which he was moving, and then it's reset back to normal. When it's out of combat, haste, the losing haste doesn't really matter that much.
I just wanted to be sure, like,
yeah,
Bella's really not cast haste before, and she was like, "Ooh, she's flying. I don't know if that's gonna be bad." But she's a mom. She's got to worry about things.
Mom, I'm fine. Hover.
So that's fine. You are able to. You're there, and you can see, and this dragon is sinking faster and faster.
I just want to see if I leave it, it's just gonna sink to the bottom.
It looks like it probably would. The water, while it is the sea of moving ice, it's moving at like a glacial paces. It's not a whole lot of movement. Like, it shifts and it moves, but it's not like a river. It's not the river of moving ice. So
okay, then I'll just leave it for now and fly back and be like, guys, are we gonna get it? I can summon some stuff. I can be some stuff. I can make a person some. Oh, hi, I'm Roswin. Gemini.
Odella's walking back as well.
So is Roswin a winged tiefling?
yeah, why don't we have for Brenna and for all the new folks who may be hanging out, whether they're waiting for pink dice to be given away or not, why don't we just go down the line and have you guys give a physical description of your characters as well?
Okay, I guess I'll go first. So I am a winged tiefling. I'm very pink. Like, my skin looks almost kind of like a normal person's, but it's got like a very rosy undertone to it. I've got tattoos of like flowers and my various pets, an animated sunflower, all of my shit. And I am wearing a giant turtle shell for my armor.
And so you're the most interesting looking.
Yeah, I'm all over the place. They call me Crazy Roswin. But yeah.
Who calls you that?
Oh, I have a list.
Yeah, there's a handful of people that call her Crazy Roswin.
For a while, I went through a turban phase. It was
thing. She was wearing a turban for a while. Her hair was black, like it was.
And then wonderful in the turban. Okay.
And she just wears like a lot of like kind of angsty black clothes underneath, but then she's got like this giant like periwinkle scarf wrapped around her neck a million times, and she doesn't seem cold at all, even though she's not wearing pants.
Best description. And her hair is pretty similar to what you.
Picture of what Roswin looks like.
And her hair is pretty similar to what you've got, right? Or
kind of. She's got like half the side is like buzzed really short, and then it just kind of like cascades down, and it's like a hot pink. I have a picture somewhere. But yeah, that's pretty much Roswin. I'll find my picture.
All right, and then I don't know who wants to go next.
I'm pretty boring, I guess. So, but I'm a babe. But I'm like human. I'm human. I'm 6'2". He's got Mediterranean features, so olive skin, long, kind of wavy, black hair to his shoulders. He's donned in blue tinted armor, and he has a helmet over his face that kind of looks like the head of a lion. And he's got a lute strung across his back and a big ol' orange sword. And a shield that is sort of see-through. It looks like glass. And I'm hot.
And the sword is the blade of the sword orange?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The steel, or it's not steel, but it is an orange metal.
Yes, it is it's not, I don't think it's orange in Dungeons and Dragons, but this is my game, and orange is the theme. So,
yeah.
Badass. This is... Some people call it orichalcum, some people call it orichalcum. It's that kind of magical blade. That's the material that it's made out of. So it is like the metal itself, when worked, is orange. And then
Odella is she looks human, but as evidenced by her wings, if you're familiar with the species or the race, she's an Azamar.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, she's not in her full glory because she's very cold. So wearing this huge fur coat over what you can assume is probably armor underneath. She's got dark skin, dark black hair. Right now it's kind of braided in like a Dutch braid that's like around her head, normally pretty long, but she looks pretty like bundled up. Like she's got a scarf and like earmuffs, and like it's just like looks like she doesn't belong here at all.
But they look expensive.
Yeah, like it's nice.
It's all North Face. Like,
Yeah. So that's what you see. That is the party that is before you.
Okay. So I'm sorry, Rosalind. Say one more time. So can you just fly, or do you actually have like physical wings?
I have physical wings.
You do. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Gemini walks up to Roswin, very like unsteadily and kind of nervously, and almost like reaches out to touch your wings, and pulls her hand back. Says, "Do all of you have those where you're from?"
Oh, I mean, I've only met one other tiefling other than you, and she didn't have them, so I'm gonna go with no. But you can touch them if you want.
I've also only met one other tiefling.
No way.
Yeah.
I mean,
we
we
don't really get many people up here, especially not tieflings.
Well, hold on. You're red. What's your name again?
Gemini.
Gemini. Okay, not the one we're looking for. Well, we're looking for another tiefling too, so maybe we'll add another one to our list.
Which one are you looking for?
Macath the Crimson.
This is Leo. Very handsome, very single.
He gives you a very charming smile. It's like, can I pet your bear?
Forward.
I'm looking at the blurb.
You'll need to ask her, really.
Oh.
He doesn't.
He's like, can I? He gets down. He's like, hey, buddy, Scritches.
The bear really isn't giving you anything. She's very hard to read.
Okay.
So it can kind of be a gamble on your part if you want to.
I'm gonna reach out. I'm gonna reach out, hand real soft.
You can pet the bear.
Okay. All right. Okay. And then immediately I'm like, whoa.
And then you realize how abrasive polar bear fur is, and you're like, ugh.
Whoa.
Odella will finally make it back at this point because she had to walk back. And she's like, hi, I'm Odella. Shouldn't we be looking for the chief?
Oh,
Fuck
right.
that guy.
Oh, God. And then Leo stands up and is going to run over to Bone Carver and
Bone Carver and Ralph are both frozen solid statues.
Oh, man. I'm very sad. Okay.
I assume you all saw the wall of bodies.
Yeah, is that the dragon's work?
Indeed.
So do you know, do you live in this village, or do you just sort of, is there another village around here, or what? What's going on?
For some reason, have you guys seen the meme that's from the Goofy movie where it's Goofy saying, "Damn bitch, you live like this"?
That's appropriate.
Sorry, that just popped into my head.
Side note, Goofy movie, exceptional film.
Very good movie.
10 out of 10, indeed.
Well, yeah. I mean, usually it's just me and Uja. We man a small research outpost. We get visitors once in a while, mostly people passing through. That's actually how I met Macath. She was up here doing some research, and she stopped with me for a few days to resupply and rest. But when I heard the Drakhorn sound, I knew that she would be the one to ask about it, so I've been seeking her out ever since.
Oh, well, it seems our purposes are aligned. We need to find her as well. Magic!
Plan.
Speaking of Drakhorn, I look around for Pygot and be like, you can come out now.
He's right there.
Laying prone in the snow.
It's like, you ever see the spiders that cover themselves in sand, but it's like really bad. Like it's just like trying to put.
He tried. Okay.
He did.
Is Pyat a pseudo dragon or what is he?
He's a copper-colored pseudo dragon. So
there is that's, I mean, you came with a pet, but had you been here without one, you probably would have gotten one by the end of it. So there's the Tressum, the winged cat.
Oh yes, I have a winged cat.
Yes.
His name is Wingman.
Yes, that's Leo's pet. We have the pseudo dragon. Rosman unfortunately does not have any of her.
Yes, I do.
Oh, you have your bunny unicorn.
I have an El Mirage, and I have a tiny little Earth Elemental thing. Oh no! It tried to kill us, so we killed it, and then I was like, no waste. You know?
Zero waste policy at the Belladonnas.
Yeah, right.
If an animal's gotta die, you shouldn't just like leave it there to rot. That's disrespectful.
Also, again, I'm going to point out we should probably be looking for the chief. And as a side note, since Brenna's new, Pygot is going to do his thing.
Oh my god, yeah.
Give her
So I thank you for reminding me, because I almost forgot.
Oh my god, I was wondering if it was.
It's initiation.
So, Brenna, as Gemini's standing there having this conversation, talking to all of them, you are immediately mental image blasted. Just this, like, again, it's always tasteful.
Yeah.
But like imagine the front cover of a cheesy romance novel, Fabio style, long hair, deep, like the shirt shouldn't even exist. The fact that it covers almost nothing, but it's that image.
I definitely wouldn't know anything about that.
Yes, but that is what you get in your head of Leo, but it's it's limited. Actually, it's a tasteful nude, so it's like that, but it's like you just get this image blasted into your head without any warning. That's just imparted onto you. But then you'll also get like another image of yourself in like you, a tasteful, like a third person tasteful nude of yourself. But like I don't know. I guess we'll theme it because you're a ranger and you have like a pet bear, so it would be like similar to like on like a bearskin rug, but instead of a bearskin rug, it's just you on a polar bear, like in front of a fireplace. You have no idea where this came from, but this is what appears in your head momentarily, and then they're gone. And Leo, you also get the image.
Yeah, I get them too.
You get them as well. Yeah.
Oh.
You can make
Can
me.
I deduce that it's from the the pseudo dragon?
Yeah, you can make me an Arcana check or a Nature check, whichever one.
Yeah, sure.
You prefer.
Leo thinks this is hilarious every time he does it.
It's gonna be 24.
Yeah, you could posit that it's probably because I don't know.
Not subtle.
He's not. Yeah, like it's
He's
very.
raising his little pseudo.
Yeah, his eyebrows are definitely raising. For Brenna and the folks in the chat who are new, Pygot was rescued by Odella from a very pervy wizard. And this is his. He doesn't do it to Odella though, so she has no knowledge that this happens.
My God, is their sweet baby angel, and how dare anyone say that he does anything wrong?
But anyway, yes, you get these images, and I think he's transitioned to not do this of Roswin anymore after the year break. So
that's because I'm a sweet baby angel.
So Gemini is kind of delighted by this, not so much by the image, but just of having this encounter with the pseudo dragon. So she kind of like drops to her knees and starts trying to like kind of pet it or play with it, and it's just like, how long has he been able to do this? I mean, I've only read about them, but they're marvelous creatures, aren't they?
I mean, my God is delighted. Odella is very confused.
Leo is choking on his laughter. Like,
Oh man.
I mean, to be able to not only transport images into a mind, but also to read the desires of that mind and of different species, it's really quite remarkable.
Oh,
I like her. She's forward.
I think we just broke Celeste.
She disappeared. I don't know. What is he showing you? I mean, he's always been able, for as long as I've known him, he's been able to kind of show me images, but not really anything I desire, just usually helpful things.
I think it was. I think that it's in line with that.
Oh, okay.
Rosalind's just gonna mouth nudes.
Booty mag.
To Odella, or
Yes.
she looks.
To be fair, we've been telling you this since we met you. We're like, nudes, make them stop. Just make them stop.
Doesn't believe you. But
All
now
of a sudden, as we're having this conversation, Uja kind of trots up and like angrily plants herself between me and Pagan.
Pagat backs off. She's a big old scaredy cat.
Good choice, Pagan.
This is all hilarious, and thank you so much for coming in to well, when you did. But I think we probably should move quickly. If the chief really did send this dragon, who knows what else he has up his sleeves.
So who exactly is the chief?
This asshole. Point over at the cabin. He was in a cabin, right? That he popped into.
I hope he's just like sneaking away at this point, like
this villain.
I want to show. Where's your god now?
Actually, should we go in and bust down the door, or should we move down to the ice tunnels?
Well, wait, hold on. You said you knew Mikath, and we have some intel that she's down there. But we also know that there's like, what was it, weird frog people down there?
Ice toads?
Ice toads? Do you know anything about them?
You can make me, having lived in the north, they're not super common, but you can make me a nature check about ice toads.
Guidance!
Yeah, you have guidance, so add this d4 roll, whatever it is.
+3.
I will be right back, but you can assume that Odella has taken Pygot aside and is giving him a talk.
Okay. Fair enough.
She's heard it too many times.
It's a 24 for me.
Okay, yeah, so ice toads are a strange creature. They are like human-sized, bipedal, like icy blue colored toad people. They are generally carnivorous. They don't eat people, but they eat like seals and things of that nature. You don't know. They typically speak. They have their own language that they speak, and they obviously are intelligent enough to speak and have conversation. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. They move on all fours.
So I know,
My mistake.
so do I know them to be like particularly like nasty, or they're kind of neutral?
These in your encounters with them, they're relatively neutral. But it's not anything common. Like you might see one like out and about, like they're swimming or they're climbing around, because typically amphibians, this scenario is not their forte, icy cold waters, but these are specifically adapted to survive in that. Why they're here, how they're here, you don't know, but they're a fixture of at least somewhere around here.
Got it. Okay. Well, let's head down. Are you willing to accompany us for a short while? I would certainly enjoy having you here.
Please come. Please, please, please.
Well, I'm uniquely invested in finding the calf because she is one of the only people who truly knows the significance of the Drakhorn. I mean, Arauthator was wreaking havoc on this region, freezing over all the vegetation and the animals. It was terrible. So if Macaf can put some kind of an end to this chaos, then absolutely.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you along.
Mm-hmm. New best friend. Wow. I say we try to do a quick run past this asshole's yurt.
Run by the yurt?
Yeah, do a quick run through on the yurt.
All right. I'll pick up my sword. I got this.
I can't bring anybody back to life today. But you know what'd be nice though if I reincarnate Bone Carver. She comes back younger and she can rule and like be a super great leader for these people for a longer time. She was kind of old and she's dead, so I can say that.
If you have that power, that would be amazing.
Well, not today, but tomorrow.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, she's not going anywhere in the block of ice. Great.
Knock.
Yeah, I'm gonna knock on this guy's door.
Okay. It's a flap. It's a yurt.
Great.
It's like
okay,
a tent
then I'm
flap.
gonna rip the flap down with my sword drawn.
Not the first time Leo said that.
Behind Leo in like badass poses.
Yeah.
All right.
What?
So, you rip down the flap and peer into this room. And let's see. Yeah, he is not there. But it's a small little hut and he is not present.
Searching!
Okay.
Investigate.
Yeah, investigation, survival, you guys tell me.
I'm gonna do survival.
Okay.
With guidance. Here's my
That's a 19 for me on investigation.
Okay.
You don't need.
15 plus 9 is 24 plus 1 25. Where the fuck you at?
Okay, you can see tracks that lead out. It's a yurt, right? So there are tracks that lead out the other side.
Are they human tracks?
They are human tracks.
Where do they lead?
Into the town towards the Great Hall. Like the big village hall that there is.
Can we go?
Do you want to go to the Great Hall?
Yeah.
Stir up some shit?
Yeah.
If there are kids there, though...
Then we will take them outside. I'll get them outside, and we'll build snowmen. Because that sounds more interesting to me. And then you fuck them up.
Okay.
How many people do you think there will be at this Great Hall?
How many do you say there was? Like 8?
There is about grand total. There's about 50 or so people. You took out Bone Carver's dead, so it's one less.
Wow, rub it in.
There's Orcahart the Gladiator, 25 other warriors and 30 children.
Oh, so we probably shouldn't do that.
Well, this freaking dude was like all about this dragon reigning over all this shit and doing what he wanted. Maybe they're not going to be too into supporting their chief anymore, especially after he let his shaman die. Fuck that guy.
Also, maybe he was coerced by the dragon. I don't think that these people can fight off a dragon. Maybe
Not
he
with that attitude.
trying to do what was best. He might not be a bad guy.
I don't know.
He was pretty bad.
Did you see that smirk
And
he
he
gave
wanted
us?
to cheat at our duel. Anybody who's a cheater is not all right in my book.
Side note, out of character, does this mean that Roswell is never going to get her spoon back because it's frozen in the ice?
Oh, I'm getting that fucking spoon back. I got
Spoon's coming
fire.
back.
I got fire. I got reincarnate. we're getting that fucking spoon. Well, no, they're gonna keep it because there's children there who need food. But it's getting out of that ice.
I had to ask the important question.
I think our priority should
I've
be.
had this spoon for so long, and all it does is make 1.5 times the amount of food, and I've used it like 30 times. I finally gave it away to this woman, and she gets frozen in ice and dies.
No one considerate of her.
Also, I assume what we're discussing is going into the hall to confront the chieftain. Is that
Either that, or I would vote that our priority right now is to go down there and get McCaff. Because now that the dragon's dead, we don't know if it was protecting her, or like if there are other creatures down there, or like.
I'm just concerned that if we don't take care of the chieftain and he is working for the cult of the dragon, that when we come back up, there will be more things up here for us to.
Okay.
In the meantime, however, you guys are like, oh yeah, we should figure out what we're gonna do. And you like turn around and you're like, oh my god, what are these 4 randomly placed items? As if donated from a person a million miles away through the internet. So, Roswin, and I hate that I'm gonna do this, but I'm going to do this.
Is it not Poppy's one?
No, it's not. Alright, so Brenna,
Okay,
we
I
have...
didn't consider anything.
People can donate to add trinkets, and I have these very specific trinket tables that are unique to everybody's class. So I hate myself that I'm going to do this.
Another pet.
Yes, but I'm going
Do
to do
we
this.
know who donated? To
I believe they were all from... I will scroll up. Mud Puppy. Yes.
Puppy!
No, I'm sorry, not Mud Puppy. Not Mud Puppy. I'm sorry. Less Story.
Westery! We still love you too, Puppy.
Yes. Who I must say is probably the biggest proponent of all of our chat games. Is always there, always watching, always playing. So sorry, Less Story, that I misspoke there. But, Roswin, what's waiting for you is... So, if I assume most of you are, but I'll just for benefit of the doubt, when I say a lynx, you guys are familiar with what a lynx is, correct?
Yeah, bobcat.
Well, it's a lynx, technically, but...
I live in New Hampshire. There's one in my backyard right now.
Yeah, so... alright, so you find... this guy right here, or girl, it's up to you. But you've got... Let's see if we can get that in close enough. So that's a snow lynx right there. So you have in your possession the last of the snow lynx. It's the last one. They're thought to have gone extinct here. You have the last one.
In honor of my new puppy, it will be a boy, and its name will be Remy.
Okay. So, Leo.
We're gonna talk later when it's less important.
Leo, your trinket is less of a physical item, because some of the trinkets are not physical items. They're ethereal things.
I know.
Okay.
Very well.
As you know very well, having chocolate coins rain down when you hit a natural 20 on a magic attack.
Yum.
Leo, perhaps, and this is something I did want to touch on before, when you had received that article, you would have known that the writing, because the guy when Captain LaRusta gave you it, he didn't think anything of it. The writing that was on it was via the illusory script spell, so only the person intended to read it can read it.
Ooh, okay.
But now, for whatever reason, that just knowing that there's someone out there, your dad is out there who wants to...
He's alive, my dad.
Now, for whatever reason, whenever you play music, there's always applause for you, even if there isn't actual applause.
What?
Yeah. Whenever you play your songs, there's like a rousing applause from nowhere.
That's amazing. I have ghosts applauding me. This is gonna go straight to my head. Already there.
Odella, I went to avoid the sheer cavalcade of garbage that you would have gotten that is like just adding more wonkiness to your already somewhat like no more crit stuff, no weird antennae, none of that stuff. So yours is significantly not as grandiose, but very Odella, I feel. So for you, there is a tiny chair that when you pick up the chair, it disappears, but you now have the ability to, at will, summon forth this chair, and it can look like whatever you want it to look like, throne-like in craziness, but so you're never without a seat. You can just summon forth this chair.
Is there glitter on it?
It's whatever you want it. You know what? Screw it. It's whatever you want it to look like at any time.
Woo!
That's amazing.
So it's just like a thing you have, and you can just be like, oh man, sucks that all these plebs have to stand. Chair. Sit.
Next time we meet the council, that's all it's gonna happen.
Yes.
No.
Chairs. I have a chair too.
You make yourself the head of the table.
Power move. I like it. And then Brenna, not to be left out. Let me get you yours as well, because you got some weird ones, so I want to find a better one for you. And ones that we haven't given out to Ava in the past here. Which was a lot of them. So
Yeah, I've had
like the
other stuff.
let us see here. Wow, so this is like, this is so out of the ordinary compared to like everybody else has these cool things and animals and magic. So yours is a hood that can attach to your cloak or your armor, and it fits perfectly around your horns, so it doesn't like, and they sort of, the hood sort of conceals the horns so people wouldn't know at a distance that you have these horns, but they have like kawaii cute like polar bear ears on them.
Super cute.
Like mother, like daughter. Oh,
Adorable.
that's amazing.
So you have those from the trinkets that are donated. So
Wonderful.
Guys, new family member.
A best friend for Wingman.
Yes.
Obviously.
So
Oh, do they love each other? Are they in love?
do
Both
they?
of them.
Are they? They're both.
Higher low. I'll use my Polyhero.
Okay.
Yeah.
Higher low. High for love.
High for love.
High for love.
Okay.
They're in love.
I don't know. Wingman only rolled a 5, so maybe not.
No. It's Polyhero Dice Day. This says it all.
You win. They're in love. Oh, they're in love. That's amazing.
Oh. Wingman can sit on top of him.
Oh, they can have beautiful, beautiful, weird winged babies.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
the
half-
power top.
They got me weird.
Little winged lynxes.
Oh.
Anyway,
Yes, we got stuff to do, right?
there's a game that's sort of happening.
Right? Oh yeah.
So you guys head over to this grand hall. So when I say grand hall, take that with a grain of salt. You're in a town full of yurts, and you know, on an ice plateau with a chief whose name is Barking Seal. Right? This isn't like very grandiose.
Gemini is still like visibly anxious though, because this like may seem very humble to some people, but to her this is like 50 times more people than she's been in a room with in like 10 years.
Girl, are you a hermit too?
So Gemini, you also get as gifted from the same thing, and you know, ideally we'll get you to come back for more games, which we'll have to talk about after this anyway. But you are gifted. You get, a la Legend of Zelda style, a small fairy in a bottle, which basically will... It's not a technical item, but it basically gives you the effects of the Death Ward spell. So the next time you go to 0 hit points, you go to 1 instead. That stays with you forever. And you guys are all under the effects of the Hero's Feast spell for the next 24 hours. So I'm just going to go ahead And you guys all have 15. I just rolled for it, so you have 15 extra hit points as per the Hero's Feast spell.
Hooray!
You're also immune to poison and the frightened condition for the next 24 hours.
It does say in game, right? So that's...
It's 24 hours in game, yes.
Okay, cool.
So
Nice.
Damn, this is amazing.
So that is all facts of our Flintbuck system. There's going to be some massive improvements to that system when I move into the new house. It's going to be very fun, but we'll get to that when it happens. So, you guys go into this main hall, and there in this main hall, it's since been like standing at the other end of the hall. Behind him, you can see a cavern that has opened or is open. Is Chief Barking Seal. At his side is a somewhat patched up Orca Heart, and there is like another no-show guy who has no real name.
Do you have any way to talk to these people?
His name is gonna
can't
be.
understand them now.
His name is gonna be No Show. That's his name.
Okay.
Do you speak the language, Gemini?
Do I? Can I
It is. It's a specific language to these people, so I'm gonna say probably not, unless you took that as a language, which you didn't talk about it. So,
Probably.
probably not. I'd say you have enough of a relationship with the people about that you can probably get across. Like, you're not like full on American tourist in Europe talking louder to them so they understand. But like, you can kind of get your point across with like barter and hand signals and body language. But normally there's different clusters of these people. So
I'm gonna cast comprehend languages on myself just before we go in. I know that doesn't help for me talking back to them, but at least I'll be able to
understand what they're saying.
Yeah.
And you can see right off the bat, everybody can, that there's just a look of like anger on Chief Barking Seal's face. Like, he is just pissed, and his arms are crossed, and he's squinty-eyed at you guys as you walk in. And you can see that, like, Orcaheart is he's patched up, and, like, his sword is hanging a little heavy at his side, but he's still got it. And the other guy has weapons drawn as well when you guys are at, like, prior to you walking in.
Okay. The minute we walk in, because I'm Leo, I'm gonna flick my sword, which is still covered in blood. I'm gonna flick it off so a bunch of the blood sprays across, and I'm gonna point outside. We killed your dragon. People died because of you, and you're an asshole.
You could make me an intimidation check. I'm gonna give you advantage for flicking dragon blood at them.
And
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you guidance.
Tygot will help by like
+3.
flashing an image of the dead dragon and
Ooh,
Yeah, all right, nice.
Okay.
Look at Pygot helping out. No,
Ooh,
throwing,
I get
and then he
+8.
throws some
Ooh.
tasteful nudes. I'm just kidding.
Wait, what was the guidance roll?
no tasteful nudes for bad
+3.
people.
All right, that will be a 26, my dears.
So, not really sure what you said. Orcaheart, like, looks at the chief, and he looks at you, and he looks at the spatter of blood on the ground, and he looks back at the chief, and he just walks over to your side.
Yes.
I mean, his sword dragging on the ground.
Yeah.
Like, and he's like, and you don't know how much he could actually use it at the moment, but he's like on your side, and the chief is just like, the fuck? And you know this, Odella, because you can hear what he's saying.
Say, "Da fuck."
It just like when comprehended, it just sounds like dude bros.
Yeah.
It's like the fuck, man.
The fuck, bro?
I give Orca Heart like a respectful, like a warrior nod, and I'm looking.
And he returns it, and then he says to you, like, he says some things, and you don't know what he says, but Odella, you could be like, yeah, dude, Got them gains. It's a good fight.
It doesn't even lift, so I'm on your side.
Yeah.
Della doesn't really know how to translate this into
And it's like, yeah,
normal people speech.
barking seal. Skinny little arms, dude doesn't even lift. Dragon's
He
dead.
doesn't even lift, and he's the leader. No way. No way.
His bark is worse than his bite, if you know.
Oh!
Oh, boy.
So yeah, and then the other guy who's with them, now he looks significantly more nervous. And he's like, and the barking seal's like, bro, to him. And he's just like, fair point, bro. And he stands there and he's got his weapons at the ready.
Great. I'm gonna point at the chief, and then I'm gonna point outside. And I'm like, bring your sword. We're gonna finish this the way you started it.
And the chief's like, nah, bro. And he's and he points at his lackey and sends him running forth.
Stupid.
And I'm not gonna make you roll for initiative. This guy's running forward. What do you do? He seems to have he's got a spear, right? Like it's like a stick with like a whale tooth tied around the end of it. Like it's very clearly, you know, it's well made, but it's very tribal in nature. Like these guys aren't, the Orcahart seem to be like the dude.
Okay.
I'll be like,
Yeah, if he comes at me, I'll just like hunker down and basically like impact with my shoulder, and then I'm gonna throw him
shit.
back on the ground, and then point at the chief again with my sword. Like, no.
Okay, make me a strength check.
Okay. That'll be a 19.
Yeah, so dude's like, ah, and you're just like, whoop, and he's like, ah, he goes flying outside.
And I'll light my hand. He went outside?
Yeah, he got flipped out the door.
Okay, never mind. Then. I was gonna say if he was still inside, I was gonna light my hands on fire and like ready burning hands if he came.
Where is Uja in this whole scenario? Is she in there, like, inside the door with you? Or?
No, I'm guessing she probably didn't come in. If there's like a polar bear hitching post outside,
I hope so.
So we'll say that this guy lands, like, on his back, wind knocked out of him, and, like, over top of him, Uja's just, like, there, and he's just, like, pees himself a little bit. And then it's just, Chief Barking Seal's like, fuck, bro. And he's like, how you gonna do me like that, bro? And Orcahart's like, dude, you've lost. Like, just give it up. And he's just like, I am the chief, bro. And mind you that this exchange is happening in, like, a language you don't understand, but Odell is just, like, laughing, and you don't know why. But this is...
I shouldn't make fun of other people's cultures. This is really rude, but I will translate the best I can to you guys.
Leo is just getting upset, so he's just gonna go over and pick up this guy. Pick up this guy, shake him by his shirt front. Like,
all right, make
on.
me an athletics check, and he's gonna try to resist it.
Okay, 19.
Got big old 1 over here.
Oh, great.
So how would you like to manhandle this guy?
So essentially, I'm just storming right up there, and I'm grabbing him by the front of his little, I don't know, smock or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm clutching him in my fist, and I'm gonna lift him, and so his feet are off of the ground, and I'm like, you are a traitor. You mean nothing to these people. You have betrayed them. You have worked with the dragon, and you're done.
I'm gonna whisper to Gemini, oh my god, he's so strong. Can you see him?
Look at his rippling arms.
You also, I guess you would have seen his Banff belt buckle that he has. Leo's Banff belt buckle. Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. His belt of...
Gemini respond, It is admirable how he stands up for the small folk. I'll give you that.
And he's just like, you've got him up by like the shirt, and he's like, at first he's like scrambling to like trying and like realizing that he's not strong enough to do this. So he goes to like punch you in the face, and like in a very with his two in like a very Dragon Ball Z type moment, he like hits you in the face, and you just take it and like just turn his fist away with your own face, and he's just like, fuck. You hear this, Odella. This long, like 4 U's fuck come out of this guy's mouth.
Nice. All right, I'm gonna sort of look back to all of you and like, well, we got him.
I start taking out rope from my shell, just pulling it out. All right. And I look up and I just start like going around him.
So are we gonna tie him up and take him, or what are we gonna do?
I think that
Orca Heart says something that Odella you can translate, which is basically like, seems like a waste of rope, bro.
Yeah, seriously. Are there children here?
No, they're not here.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna end it. I'm just gonna slice. Clean.
Well, now it is a waste of rope.
No, not slice the rope. Before you even do that, I'm like, hey, this guy is a waste of space.
At this point, Gemini intercedes and says, "You should leave this man's fate to his people. It is not for us to interfere."
I agree.
He's been manipulating his people by sending down a dragon upon them. He killed one of a
Then
kind
let them
old
have the final
woman.
say. Let them have the final say in his punishment. We are not the arbiter of their society.
True, and Dylan said don't kill people, and I just helped kill a dragon, so I gotta kind of even this shit out.
And Leo is like, he looks a little bit ashamed of himself when you say that, and then he.
Orca Heart will walk over to
Gemini's lawful good, so this is kind of like a if you want to be my lover situation.
you.
Leo is also lawful good, which is hilarious.
Different laws.
Orca Heart will walk over to you, and he'll put like a hand on your shoulder, and Odella, you just hear he's like, bro, and he just grabs him by like picks him from you from the scruff, and just like he clocks him one in the jaw, and dude goes out in one punch. Like it's nothing, and then he's just like, bro, do your thing. I got this. And he walks out. And again, I want to remind everybody that only Odella hears this, so if she doesn't say it, you guys don't know.
That's okay. I think we still, we know enough to do our fist grab.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and he's like Beastmaster. Boom.
Oh yeah, totally. Yep,
And
we're right here.
he drags him out, and you hear him like exclaiming to the people as you guys are there, and you can see that there is a passage that leads down.
Nice.
This
Alright,
is
well,
where Bone
we saw
Carver
that.
was taking us, right?
No, she was taking you to her tent.
Oh, so this is a different like passageway thing.
Yep.
Well,
So many options.
if it all
Yeah.
goes down.
There's only 2, but 2 is so many in some cases.
Do you think one more secretive than the other? Like one? Well,
Uh,
I guess
this-
Frank's not down there anymore, so what does it matter?
True.
Yeah, this could have gone pretty poorly had you guys. Anyway,
Had we what?
nothing.
Radiant wings or whatever that's called, whatever that ability is.
Yeah, radiant soul.
Yeah.
So you guys can see that there were planks kind of covering up this entrance, so it does seem to be secret. This isn't like the secret doors that most of you guys, or I'd say probably everybody but Gemini has encountered, where they're like, you need to look hard. Like if you walked in here and you're like, oh shit, those planks don't fit. Whoop, there's a door. Like it's not like anything crazy. But it does lead to a spiral staircase in a relatively tight spiral, and the stairs are made entirely of ice.
Before we go down, should we take a short rest?
If that'll be good for you, I don't really need it right now. But
It'll help me get back on my fighter
And your bardic inspiration.
and my bardic inspiration.
do that. I'm hoping.
Was it 10
you
minutes or an
pick
hour? I can never remember.
An hour. Well, up to DM's discretion. I've had it be as short as half an hour before.
I mean, it's an hour. That's the rules per the book.
You know, it's fine. I'm fine. Let's go.
You got
Leo's
this.
like,
you
I'm
got
fine.
this.
Okay.
Oh, he's
He
talking
like
about
he peels off like the nasty cloth from his dragon claw cuts and like slaps some more on. It's like, this is fine.
Well, don't forget that everybody's hit point maximum and current hit points increased by 15 per the hero's feast that was
Oh, it
granted.
healed 15 also?
Yeah, it gives you 15 more and then
Nice.
15. So Uja also has that extra 15 hit points as well.
Oh,
Does anyone
okay.
need to like heal at all before we go in?
Yeah, I'm just down 10 now, so.
Oh, okay, you're good.
The only thing that I would say that I would want a short rest for is I can convert my warlock spells into sorcery points, and then I can get my warlock spells back.
But I'm hoping we don't have to do too much fighting because there's
I do still have a shit ton of items.
people.
So
I think we'll be okay.
okay,
Famous last words.
Okay.
I just
So
wanted to put it out there before we made a decision.
Leo's disappointed he can't spend an hour talking to Brenna's character, but whatever. That's fine.
you guys descend, I assume.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm in front.
Okay. Basically,
Can Uja fit down there?
absolutely, because you're a beastmaster, and that would be cruel to not let you have your character's whole class in this place. Also, oh shit! I hate this book sometimes. All the squares in this map are 15 feet because
Good
they
to
can't
know.
keep consistent maps. So it's great.
Oh, boy.
Cool. So absolutely you can fit. This place is like it's fit for a dragon or something. So it's all good. So yes, you guys continue down this spiral staircase. It's a very tight spiral. And it leads you into a chamber that is roughly 100 by 100. And there is an exit, we'll call it, to the north and to the south out of this room. In the room are 3 bundles of rolled up sealskin sitting where a ladder descends from a chute above in the center of the room.
Okay.
What's...
Uh,
I want to kick one of the bundles.
yeah.
Okay. It does not move. You kick a bundle.
Okay, I want to like kick unroll it.
Oh, okay.
You know,
So-
like you do with the sleeping bag. Like,
Yeah. In the southwest corner of this room is a pile of furs, from which the sound of loud coughing can be heard.
Oh.
I go to the furs and rip it off dramatically.
Okay, there is a villager in here, and he's coughing. He is clearly very, very sick.
Oh shit. Okay.
Seems to be suffering from something.
Is there like a lock on the door or?
No, there's no doors. They're just open portals.
Oh.
Yeah, this is made of ice entirely, so there's no doors. Everything's open.
All right. Well, I will open it up.
Oh, you pull the.
Yeah, and then I'm just gonna like slowly reach in so that I'm not like alarming or anything.
Okay, and he seems suspicious, but he also doesn't speak your language. Uh-huh.
And I'm going to heal him
Okay, with what?
with heal any diseases gone.
Okay, yeah, he seems the coughing immediately stops. and he seems quite thankful. And he'll say, because you still have comprehend languages up, he's like, oh, he's like, thank you so much, bro, because I forgot that's what this sounds like now. And he was like, I was like wicked sick, and like Bone Carver was like, I can't heal you, you're too sick. And the chief was like, fuck it, dude, go downstairs, because like you're no use to us, and you can't get us all sick if you're down here, and like maybe the dragon will eat you, then you'll at least be useful.
I
That is
translate all
so
of that.
rude.
I hate that guy. Barking seal man.
And I'm just kind of like, because I don't speak his
And
language.
he's like, my name's Mendnets. Like,
Mendnets?
Mennets. MEND,
Wow.
like hyphen NETS. And he's like,
What's your job?
and he's like, I don't know what you're saying, dude, but like I'm gonna go upstairs now because I'm not sick anymore.
I'm gonna like act like a dragon and then do one of like, and then do a thumbs up.
And he's like, cool, I think. Later. And he just goes.
My guy will help out with any sort of.
Okay, you get, and then he's like, whoa, dragon's dead. Yes, things are looking up Mennets, and he goes up the stairs.
Worst
Best-
name.
village.
And then I'm just kind of like mumbling to myself. I'm like, I mean, Bone Carver's cool, but what the fuck kind of druid doesn't have healing?
Maybe she just needs your guidance. Oh wait,
She's dead
dead.
now.
Not
God.
for long, motherfuckers. Let's go. While we're at it, let's open up one of these seal things.
Okay.
What's in the bag?
So, you can see that in here, in these sealskins, are mostly frozen fish, whale, seal, walrus, giant squid, food.
The village will like these later.
Also, fish organs, shell bones, soft stone. They're there in smaller quantities. Brushes, parchment. There's also set off to the side a single steel gauntlet, a silver brooch containing a cameo, the brass hilt of a dueling knife, and a decorative belt buckle. Bits and pieces and things of that nature. Nothing too crazy. And then coils of rope, spikes, and a few pulleys.
I take the rope, I put it in my shell.
Okay.
The spikes and pulleys are useful.
God.
How decorative is this decorative belt buckle?
How
Is it cool?
it's
What are we
pretty
at
cool.
on like date night?
Yeah, like you could tell that at one point this belt buckle probably was also like held a flask. The flask has
What?
disappeared.
Okay, I'm gonna take it just because we can maybe restore it to its former glory.
Sure, yeah.
Does this seem like offerings to the dragon or something?
Possibly. The room, because like basically going here, you can see that there is the room to the south. This is where most of the supplies are in this room. And you can see there is another kind of passageway to the north and a passageway to the southeast. And you can see clearly from here a hole in the floor.
I fly down the hole.
Do you go into the room where the hole is?
Yeah.
Okay. So this narrow cavern has a hole leading down here. The chamber feels far colder than any area of the ice caves you've explored so far. The cold issues from a yawning pit in the floor that twists down into the darkness, and above which a heavy iron hook is anchored in the ice of the ceiling. A 5-foot wide walkway extends around both sides of the pit, connecting the entrance to an exit across the room. Carved into the ice of the walls are images of white dragons in flight.
Dope. I guess I should look in the hole before I fly down the hole. So I'm gonna do that.
Okay. It drops 60 feet down, so just to the extent of your dark vision.
Can I maybe check out the carvings and see if I notice anything unique about them, like how old they are?
Sure. Yeah. You don't have to roll for that. You could just take a look. They seem to be relatively crude in their carving, although it is clearly depicting a white dragon, and there are a handful. There is 2 larger white dragons. One is depicted with a rider on its back, and then a smaller one as well. Kind of like they're flying, and then there's a smaller one behind them.
Follow-up question out of character. Does the rest of the party know everything that you told me?
No.
Okay.
That's a special knowledge for the member of the North, and I'm sorry, I forgot to look up how to pronounce that one dragon's name, because goddamn is it hard to say. But yeah, so they don't know what you know.
Okay.
Okay, so we have down the hole, and then there were 2 passageways in the main room?
One, you kind of came through one, there's another one that led to the north. And it seems like, based on your just quick look around, you're in kind of the central area. It seems like there's a circle. Like, you're in a central area, there's a circular hallway that juts off in different directions off of where you're at, like spokes on a wheel.
Do we want to look down the hole first, or check out the one passageway?
You said there wasn't anything to the extent of my dark vision down the hole?
The chute drops 60 feet to the top of a platform. That's all you can see down the hole. Obviously, they were probably lowering stuff down here as there's a hook in the ceiling.
Okay. Well, so it's a 60-foot drop.
Correct. You have someone who can fly, and there are means for ropes and things.
Well, are we good with me going down and checking it out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leo's like, I'll be right here. I'll be right here in case anything happens.
I'll be fine.
Like at the edge with my sword, like right.
I'm concerned that it's still so cold in here. Does it seem like it's like unnaturally cold, or?
It seems like it is unnaturally cold. I mean, it's cold, but it seems colder. You can make me an Arcana check.
Plus one.
Whispers.
And what did you say, my guidance?
1.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so 16.
You would know that, again, an white dragon's lair would be exceptionally cold. But even though the dragon is dead, you know, those kind of magics take a while to dissipate.
So it's not like he has a baby in here or something.
He might, but not that you're aware of.
Good to know. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you're fine with going down the hole.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
What does Roswin see?
All right, so you fly down. You don't have to worry about falling into the chute.
It's true.
That's some serious
That
damage.
would be really stupid of me.
Yeah, it would be really stupid for a winged tiefling to fall down a hole, Sean. So this will take you to areas of 16. So, you can see down in this area, this is a massive underground kind of cavern here. And it is seemingly, you would guess, just a quick estimation, at least the size of the whole area above that you were just in. It is very cold. And where you come down is there are pillars and platforms of ice jutting up out of the floor. And you can see from where you're at a jagged ridge of ice that kind of rises up through the middle of the area. It's a kind of a horizontal surface going down there. Behind you, there's some kind of corner, like little cave area. You can make me a perception check.
10 plus 1 is 11, plus 9 is 20.
You can see there are definitely 2 trolls, like, there. You don't seem to have alerted them. You're pretty far away, and wings you don't make that much noise. So there are 2 trolls seemingly living there. And then, to the north, you can see it's like a big ice shelf. And then, like, there's the divider. There's this kind of... You can kind of see it, but it doesn't look like you'll be able to get it. You have to kind of go through the passage that leads through this horizontal barrier to get down to that far end.
Okay. I will come back up and tell them what I saw. There's 2 trolls down there, and shocking, I know, but a fuck ton of ice.
Yes, we appear to be in a themed dungeon. Sweet. Do we want to just check out the passage north and then clear it and then head down? It feels like that's probably going to be...
Yeah, trolls didn't see me, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah. Okay, so let's check out the passage way in the main room, just to clear that top floor out, and then we'll go down.
Okay, so you're going to go around the hole or elsewhere?
Elsewhere? You said there was another passageway in the first room?
Yep. Yeah, basically, you guys are at the hole. There's a passage that leads out kind of to the main circle of the wheel, if you will.
Yeah.
And then the room you kind of came in with all the supplies, there's the passage that you came in, but there's also another passage.
That passage.
Okay, so heading into that passage... This is just full of shit and junk and food scraps and worn out old boots and things. So something is apparently living down here and storing their junk in this room.
Great. So we don't... That is clear. Okay, and then let's go to the hallways that are in the room with the hole.
Okay, as you go into the junk room, it actually connects to another room, which you see in that other room. Dozen kobolds. In this disheveled and filthy chamber, half-eaten fish heads and gnawed seal flippers are tossed into the corners or carelessly strewn about matted heaps of fur, which would undoubtedly smell as bad as they look, if not for the cold.
Let's scare them.
Yeah, I mean, we don't need to, like, what are they, like, one hit point each or something?
They're kobolds. They have more than one, thank you.
Like 5?
5?
Like 5.
So what I do is I rush into the middle of them.
Let's see it. What do you got?
Jesus Christ. I'm just gonna let Leo or Rodella do the thing and just kind of stand behind with my staff and kind of let my hands glow with magic. Very intimidating.
Yeah, can I make a intimidation check for them to run away?
Sure.
Okay. I'm going to, roar at them and, like, bang metal on my armor, or my sword, I don't know. Guidance, sweet, okay. How much?
3.
3, okay, so 18 plus 8 plus 3.
They're all like, ah!
Draconic, I say, scatter!
And they're like, ah! And they run away.
Love it. I also speak Draconic.
You do notice in the room, though, a strange sight. A sight that, Rosman, you haven't seen for a long time. There are the bodies of several villagers here. Seemingly of the same body type. However, their chestal region is concaved outward as if something was expelled from inside them.
Guys, this is some fucked up shit. I've seen this before. I have no idea what it means because we didn't look that much into it. But
some of them it's the chest, others it's the stomach. It's pretty gross.
What? Like something exploded.
from the inside.
Like Alien.
Yeah.
Oh, out of character.
Yes.
You've seen this before?
Yeah. I forget what the name of the place is, but right after Greenness with that dragon attack, when the need go away. The hatchery, but where?
Not a name.
You just called it the Dragon Hatchery because that's what the book called it.
Sure. Yeah. The Dragon Hatchery. Everyone knows where that is. I saw this stuff, and then there were also these like creepy. Were they the ones that had the human eyes? What are those called again?
Oh, the drakes.
Yeah, and there were drakes that had like human eyes. It was really weird.
Leo's staring at you like.
Odella walked past the bodies with the chest bursters. But...
Yeah, she did.
Oh yeah, you had. That's right. You had seen
but
them as well.
I had no idea what happened at that
right,
point.
and you still don't to this day.
Yeah.
Welcome to the world that is Ted's version of Horde of the Dragon Queen / Rise of Tiamat.
Yeah. Did the dragon do this, or did this?
There wasn't a dragon at the other.
There were eggs there.
There were eggs, but no actual dragon.
Yeah, and some cultists.
Well,
and some guy named Jim that we almost forgot about.
Yeah, did Jim come back? Do we need to have a talk with Jim about his life choices again?
I don't know. But yeah, I mean, we didn't really find out much. We kind of like bolted.
Well, there's nothing we can do for these people, so I suppose we can move forward. It's really gross, though.
For sure. I just kind of like druid-craft some like flowers to throw over them, which I assume freeze immediately.
Yeah, for the most part.
Can I take a look at their body and do some sort of medicine check to see if anything's missing, like from the actual body themselves out of them, or if it's just like something incubated inside and then escaped?
Yeah, make me a medicine check.
Can I help and also guidance?
Sure. I mean, if anybody else wants to attempt to figure this out, you can certainly try.
I have a good medicine check. I can do it too. 13.
I got a nat 20.
Oh, shit. All right.
No, that beats me. I got
for a 24. Yeah.
Okay. So you guys look, and it is weird, right? Like, what is this? So there is, I guess, with a natural 20 and a pretty solid medicine check combined between the two of you, you can see in the, like, getting like elbow deep in the viscera here, you can see like really tiny little eggshells in the stomach or the chest.
I pluck a couple of them out.
Okay, yeah, you have these.
So wait, if you said they're eggshells, so does that indicate they've hatched? Like
Yes.
They're egg shards?
Yes, they are shards of something that has since hatched.
About how many eggs? Can I like
Try to
guess how many eggs were in there?
Yeah, about 12.
Okay.
Ew.
I don't know if it's anything dragon related, but can I use my dragon scholar stuff and like a nature check to try to figure out what kind of shells these are? Like, what are they? 2?
Sure.
Ooh, that's not great. 6 plus 9. Or I'm sorry, 6 plus 3 is 9. Plus 9, 18.
You've heard. You don't know why you didn't think about it before, but maybe it was just how freaky it was at the time. But you believe, based on this and what you've seen and what you're kind of able to gather from the tiny little eggshells now, that you think this is kobold related.
Ooh, I think this is kobold related. In what way do I think that?
When do kobolds lay eggs in people's chests?
Since Ted's the DM.
Instead.
You believe that, sure, why not just spill all of the beans?
Do it.
So, you know that dragon eggs, when a dragon egg is laid, that inside the egg are a bunch of tiny little worm larvae inside the egg, and they compete for supremacy, and eventually when a dragon hatches from the egg, that was the one that survived that ate all of the other worms. If one of these worms is extracted when it's still in its tiny little form and placed inside of a living host, it gestates off of the host and then multiplies and expels, and that's how you get kobolds.
Let's go find them and kill them.
That's gross.
That's really nasty.
That's horrifying. Is that real?
No.
Okay, I was
That
like,
is absolutely not at
D&D
all
canon.
D&D
Jesus
canon.
Christ. I was
That
like,
is-
no way.
That is me having a little fun with a 5-year-old campaign.
Holy God. Kobolds are awful in your world. They're so metal.
I love kobolds as a general rule, and
Yes, you do.
wanted to make them a little more interesting.
Okay.
It also makes them way easier to multiply.
Did we even
Yeah.
fight kobolds in the... Oh yeah, we did, because that's what killed Dava.
That's what killed Ava. Yeah.
All right then. Well, moving on swiftly from this disgusting mess. Is there a door out of this room or a tunnel?
Yeah, it leads out basically to the wheel, if you will.
Let's go check out the wheel.
Okay. So it is a large circular thing, and there are things that come out off of it, but it is a large wheel, a circular shape, and you can see that there is basically right out where you come out, you can see the hallway you can see a hallway to the right, and or like a building or a tunnel off to the right and a tunnel off to the left.
Right?
Right.
You're
Right.
in charge. You're in charge, Leo. I trust you.
Oh.
You go
Thanks.
first, you big lug.
Okay, then I'm just gonna. Yep, right.
Okay. So in here, when you go to the right, this is a massive, about 200-foot room. And this is just a macabre trophy room of this dragon. There are frozen in ice creatures. There are 2 remoras frozen in ice, 3 Behirs, long, giant created lizard-like creatures designed to destroy dragons, 5 abominable yetis, a giant squid of massive size, frozen solid in ice, placed here as if some sort of trophy. There's a complete ship with sail and everything here, set inside an iceberg. Also, there is an open chest in the room.
Vicious.
What's inside?
Yeah.
Looks to be gold and jewels. You'd estimate the contents at around 1,500 gold pieces.
Check for traps. Somebody. Jesus.
I am not great at that.
I'll do it. I'm kind of intelligent.
I'm okay at it. It's one of the things I'm proficient in.
I look at
Okay.
the ranger.
What about Gemini? You got an eye for
Got a
Gemini,
what?
might you? But
Wow, I know she's pretty, but get it together, Leo. Jesus.
well, it's just you're clearly very intelligent, and maybe you could look at this and see if is this real? Can we take this, or is this one of those secret ways you die?
Yeah. Ted, what should I be checking for?
Make me an investigation check.
Cool.
Guidance. 4.
That's a 23 for me.
Wow.
Oh yeah, this doesn't seem to be trapped at all. Seems to be on the level, as far as you can tell. You would guess that if you made it this far, you'd probably have to contend to the dragon if you're stealing from his treasure hoard. But when you kill the dragon...
Fine.
Alright, should we divvy this?
Coins in the hole?
Oh, they have a portable hole to do that.
Odella, open up your gaping hole, girl.
Philip glares at you.
Leo looks at his shoes.
We'll give you your cut when we get out. It's just heavy.
Also, if you look inside the hole, there's already a giant pile of gold and like a sword sitting up against. Like,
Wait, there's a sword in there?
Yeah.
What's it look like?
There's a hurdy-gurdy. There's a staff.
Oh my god, there
Right
is a
over that.
hurdy-gurdy, yeah.
How much gold? How much did you say the worth was, 10?
I'll call it 1,500 gold pieces. It's a smattering of gold, silver, platinum, some jewelry and things.
There's the sword that I believe is black and looks kind of jagged.
It's a badass, jagged, black, two-handed greatsword.
It's just
Hello.
long.
What is that? What is that sword?
It's a great... If I said it was a long sword, it's a great sword. That's my mistake.
Okay. I'll change that. then.
Sorry.
It is. She'll like look at you and then concede. She's like, "That's Resmir's sword."
That dragon guy you fought?
Lady.
She is a lady, half dragon.
Dragon lady you fought?
Yes, I believe its name is Hazaron.
You have a named sword, and you
Yes,
never
and
told me.
It talks and seems fairly malicious, at least when I spoke to it. It seemed malicious.
That thing fucking hit me and just fucked me right up.
Yeah.
It hurt. My life was sucked out of me. It was terrible. I don't recommend it for anyone.
I didn't think it was safe. to
I
do
got
that.
try sending it an image of an unsheathed dagger.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes. Yes.
Tyga loves you.
Okay.
If it wasn't
Well.
for a polar bear growling at him would probably be sitting on your shoulder.
All right. Well. Yeah. Okay. It's probably not the time, but we should. I just want to hold it later. But later. Looks really cool.
Under supervision, I will allow it.
I always love when people watch me swing swords around. That's kind of how I grew up.
So, you...
Della folds the hole back up after the gold is put in there.
Yeah, so now you're in this room, and just for the sake of time...
1,500, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
1,500.
meant to write that down, and then I got sidetracked.
There is 1, 2, 3, 4... We'll say for the sake of time, there are 5 other passageways off of the wheel.
Okay.
So, you're in the one. I'll just save you the time of the one that was to the left. If you backtrack, that was just the other way down, from Bone Carver's tent.
Got it.
So there are 4 other ones around this wheel.
All right. Let's hit the next one.
Okay, so
Oh,
gotta love these. The unused chamber.
Oh.
Shocking. There's
going
nothing
on?
in it, but there's
Alright.
another chamber off of it.
Okay. Let's do it. What's in there? Is it the unused closet?
No. The empty ice flora of this cavern holds an unexpected sight. A large shelter is seemingly built of scraps, and in the style of the tents used by desert nomads of Kalimshan, some 2,000 miles to the south. Do you step inside?
Yeah. Totally.
The interior of the shelter is surprisingly warm, thanks to a small stove and a simple lamp burning aromatic whale oil. Carpets are heaped on the floor in thick layers, and tapestries from every culture in Faerun hang suspended from a sturdy frame of whale ribs. Books and scrolls are stacked neatly on tables, and reading stands made of hide and whalebone. The only furnishings in the shelter not made of these natural materials are the carpets and tapestries, and a portable writing desk that appears to have been taken from a sailing ship. Seated at the writing desk is a familiar sight to you, Gemini, a female tiefling wearing a blazing crimson cloak over tailored furs. The cloak is fastened with a silver and ivory brooch bearing a design reminiscent of a stylized branching tree, the symbol of the Arcane Brotherhood. 2 kobold attendants stand nearby, glancing nervously between you and the tiefling. After a few moments, the tiefling looks up with an expression of, at first, disinterest, and then, like, shock and recognition. And she's like, wow, this was not expected at all.
Macath, I presume?
And she's like, yes, I don't believe we've met. And she said, Gemini, this is crazy. What are you doing here?
Gemini kind of rushes up to her and she's like, I've been looking for you for weeks. I'm so glad that I found you. You heard the dragon horn, right?
And she's like, yes, but I've been so much research. And you see, like, this is surprisingly well furnished, all things considered. And she's just like, and she just like looks at the kobolds and she's like, be gone. And they skitter away. And she's like, we have so much. And she's like, and who are you? And she looks to the other 3.
Leopold Godfrey. It is a pleasure.
Gemini kind of holds her arm out grandly and goes, may I present to you?
Ah, very nice.
Nice.
Hi, I'm Roswin. Odella.
Okay. And she will nod in accordance to each of you. And she's like, you shouldn't stay long though. The dragon, he'll know.
Well, we took care of that for you.
We did kill the dragon.
And she's like, what?
Has he been keeping you prisoner down here, or are you working for him, or?
And she's like, well, come sit. She'll like gesture to some stools that are nearby.
All right, cozy up.
I will take out my chair.
Yes, I was waiting for
Whip
it.
out.
I said, what does it look like?
Not to be ostentatious at this moment. It'll just match the other chairs in the room.
Okay. And she will tell you that, one, to kind of set the scene, Arauthator has stolen numerous items from the Arcane Brotherhood. So she had interest in getting those back, but she was smart enough, because the dragon was relatively stupid. As you saw, it fought only Leo, and it could have probably decimated the party. That she convinced it and won the dragon over, with the hopes that sometime she'd eventually be able to escape. So she basically convinced him in a very Tom Sawyer style fashion to like set her up with important, like with the digs that she has currently and kobolds to attend to her. She is nothing if not charismatic. But the
what research could possibly be so important that you make a deal with a creature such as Arauthator? You must know the havoc he's caused.
And she's like, she completely agrees, and she's like, yes, although when presented with the options given, it was convince him that I was worth keeping around or die solo at his hand. So I chose for the former. But she will say she has come that Arauthator has sought someone to help his mate overcome her grieving. And he was hoping that Macath could be the one to do that.
Wait, his mate?
And she's like, yes.
Oh, yes. His mate, Ice Claws. We talked about her, right?
Did we?
What?
Where's
There's
she
another...
at?
Yeah.
Wait, there's another dragon here?
Here too.
Well, yeah, I mean, I thought it was a given. You know, dragons mate. They travel in pairs. You know, they're reasonably affectionate creatures towards their own.
Yeah, so she will say, she will say, oh, here we go. I think it's Arauthator. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah, I think it's like Arauthator.
Yeah, I know there's a lore you should know where Chris Perkins pronounces it, and I forgot to look it up. But anyway, his mate once served a powerful wizard, and the wizard died, and she will tell you that she still essentially straps the dead body of this dead wizard to her back and talks to it. So people think they're pretty convinced that she's crazy. So Arauthator wanted to replace this dead wizard with a new living one, and was hoping that Macath would be the one who would replace her. And she basically will tell you that she was just like, oh, you know, this is very sensitive stuff. I need to do my research, and has been just like prolonging this meeting in hopes that she could find a way out. But the fact that his lair prevents divination magic, she hasn't been able to find a way out yet. And she's been at this for like
insight check on Macath to see if she actually was like
absolutely.
Maybe she like became seduced by that plan or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a 25 for me.
So that is a good no, you get the feeling that she is I mean, she's part of the Arcane Brotherhood, so there is a degree of like being like having a dragon serve you is kind of badass. So there's definitely like it wouldn't be the worst thing if it worked, but she wants to get out. Like she wants to go home and, you know, help out her, you know, all of her fellow Arcane Brotherhood people.
Does his mate often come back here? Should we be leaving now?
Oh, and she's like, no, they mate relatively infrequently, and dragons do mate when they live so long. She will tell you that it is rare that chromatic dragons have a consistent mate, but apparently Arauthator does, and they've had children together before.
Well, now it's going to be even less frequent when they mate. Dead!
Leo is not one to judge about anybody's lifestyle choices.
I'm gonna feel real bad if the other white dragon that we killed was like their kid, and then we're just this poor woman is broken. She's lost her wizard, she's lost her husband.
No, Macath will tell you that Arbengras, who was their son, he was slain at the hands of a drow and a monk in the War for the Silver Marches.
Well, you are free to come with us now. We were sent here by the Council of Waterdeep to investigate the Drakhorn, and we knew that you would be the one who would know about it. So please, you can return with us. We can set you on your path, return you to the Brotherhood, whatever you need at this point.
Let's get your stuff back first, though.
Yeah.
So she will tell you that while she is a prisoner, she has gotten to Gemini's point, she has become slightly obsessed with. Arauthator's had her translating like these ancient texts. He's like, you have to do this for me before I'll turn you over to my mate. And she's like, as any good wizard who's proposed with a challenge of the mind to figure out ciphers from ancient times, she's like very taken with this. But now the fact that you guys have slayed the dragon, she can just get this stuff and that she doesn't have to be here to do it. She will tell you that the Drakhorn was here when she arrived. But about half a year ago, a group of humans came and took it.
What do they look like?
Do you know anything about them?
She describes them as wearing purple robes, distinctive purple robes.
Oh man.
The dragon.
She said it took severe negotiations on their part. She wasn't privy to what had happened, but they were basically talking for a long time before they eventually agreed, and they were able to take it with them.
Gemini turns to the Belladonnas and asks them, it sounds like this may be a group you're familiar with.
They're the worst.
We've had a few run-ins. The Cult of the Dragon, intent on bringing Tiamat.
They're the
into this
second
world.
worst. She's the worst.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. Anything you need, we're happy to carry it out for you.
Okay. And she will basically say, "Great. Do you have?" She says, "There's a lot. Do you have means?"
I look at my pecs. I'm like, haha. Oh, yes, we do. We have a magical.
I point to Uja.
Yeah, so you do have several means of... So she'll gesture to this next room. So in this next room is this how these three shelves stand in the otherwise empty cavern, cobbled out of salvaged wood, whalebone, pieces of giant's armor, and even frozen limbs of yetis. A number of scrolls, books, parchment, and folios are carefully arranged on the shelves, all bearing the marks of magical writing. And this is what she wants. This is like just a bevy of texts and things and scrolls from the Host Tower of the Arcane. And she's like, but don't read them because I don't know what they say. And like, if you pick the wrong one, you could set something off.
Odella was like reaching, and then she's like,
But let's see. She will say, but she's like, I've looked through some of them. She's like, I haven't really had, and she'll point to another like tome over there, and she's like, that one's probably okay though. I've looked through that, and that one I can understand. And it's like it is a tome that when you open it is not really like a spell book, but it's actually like spells in succession, like scrolls that are kind of forming a book. And I will tell you one, there are 10 scrolls in there. You ready?
nope.
Okay. I'm going to tell you anyway. Gaseous form. Haste. Protection from energy. Water breathing. Evard's black tentacles. Fire shield.
Hold on.
Wall of fire. Hold monster. Chain lightning. And disintegrate.
Damn.
And since you guys are able to gather all of that stuff up, you guys can have that, and she's got her book, so she's like, great, I'm good to go. Like, I finally get to see the outside of this place. I haven't seen it in 3 years.
So I smell some wonderful oils. You wouldn't happen to have like any rare oils of any sort?
You're like worth 1,000 gold, perhaps.
Perchance worth 1,000 gold.
She says this is mostly whale oil, but if he's truly dead, you could always check his lair. I'm sure there's other treasures to be found there.
Which way?
And she just points down.
Okay.
But she'll say, for the extent of time here, as we are pushing time, and she will give you if you make it clear, which it seems like you kind of have, that this isn't the first dragon you faced and you may face others in the future, she will hand to you a ring of cold resistance and 2 dragon slaying arrows.
I know who these should go to.
And when you go to deal with... Oh, shit, really? Oh. Apparently, sorry, I thought his treasure was detailed. Turns out it's not. So, I have to do some rolls to figure out what's in his hoard.
Polyhero Dice.
It turns out that there is a pink elixir contained there. And just because we've been going with the theme of naming it after everybody here, guys, it's time for the final giveaway as we round this out, the pink elixir dice. So, let's go ahead and reset that, and we're gonna go with pink elixir. Spell that right. Dice. And you know what? Screw that. Let's just make the command pink. How about that? Nice and easy. Hard to misspell. No accidentally triple L's in Odella like before. So again, when I activate this giveaway, you have to be following Nerd Immersion on Twitch. And when I activate it and you see the prompts come up in Twitch chat, just type pink. And that will do it.
They're beautiful.
So there, it is now activated. So, to kind of round this out, you guys, you'll get whatever is in his lair, which I will tell you what it is once I figure it out.
Cool.
And yeah, I think the only other thing of interest in here to kind of speed us along, was the Ice Toad Workplace. Which was, there are 11 of these
Little
ice...
factory?
Yeah, they basically... giant ice toads. They maintain a ton of maps and all these, like, ancient records of the area.
Whoa.
But, yeah, they do have one above an average intelligence toad named Marflub. He's the leader of the group.
Marflub.
Oh, boy.
But I would basically ask you, these guys they're not beholden to the dragon at all, but they're kind of allowed to stay. But let me ask you this. They have stone slabs and parchments containing all sorts of interesting history and things like that. So, would you want to take that, or would you want to leave that with them?
No,
Just leave it.
Leave it with them. They're doing their thing.
Yeah, I mean, they're still using it, right? It's not like an artifact.
Yeah, I mean, it's it's like a library sort of, but all contained here.
is there any like pertinent information to our journey in it? Because
You wouldn't know because it's all in ice toad language.
Oh, so then no.
So I mean, you could
we
attain
just like
it.
pop our head in and we're like, oh.
Nah.
I mean, McCath will say like this could be like the Arcane Brotherhood would like salivate over this stuff, but if you guys are against it, that's fine. You're getting me out of here, which is great.
Maybe we could do some like rubs over the stone ones, kind of like I got so much paper.
All right, yeah. I mean, you can do that. We'll say.
Okay.
They're down for that. Like, they wouldn't fight you because they know they couldn't win. So okay. So you guys.
Rosa just sidles in and she's like, "Excuse
With
me."
their Crayola. Excuse me.
So yeah, you guys are able to exit out of this area to the top. And yeah, I guess for tonight, as again we have hit time, we will bring this episode to a close. So thank you, Brenna, for showing up.
Thank
so much for having me. Thanks for everybody for
Super
tuning in.
awesome.
I would love to have you back, so if you ever want to come back to play again,
Of course.
by
we
all
need to
means.
know what happens between Leo and Gemini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
as
The
it's
people need to know.
as
People
it
need to know.
as it stands right now, we wouldn't be playing until the 23rd of July anyway, because you guys are
Mhm.
are off. So if you want to come back on the 23rd, we can pick right back up where we left off. I'll leave that option
All
to
right,
you.
yeah.
We'll talk.
Let's
But
make a plan. You know where to find me.
yeah. All right. So the giveaway has ended. So let's go ahead and choose our winner here. Firebringer Axel.
Woo!
Congratulations,
Awesome.
Axel. You have won. We talk all the time anyway, so just hit me up on Discord and get me your info and we'll get you those dice. Oh shit, and of course,
We get raided.
here
at
comes
the
the
end.
raid right at the end. But anyway, thank you guys for the raid. You just missed the dice giveaway.
Oh no.
So
You have giveaways pretty frequently.
I do my best to try to do that. Hello from the Greyhawk channel. Oh man. Hey guys.
Whoa.
Wow.
Thank you.
Well, look at that pride.
Yeah, man. Thank you guys for coming over to check out the stream. We greatly appreciate it. Unfortunately, we're just winding down as the party has exited a white dragon lair, successfully gaining all of the things.
Oh, we totally killed that bruh.
We murdered the fuck out of that guy.
But yeah, be on the lookout for the next time. Yeah, for those of you asking in the chat, the 9th will probably do a one-shot or something, because I think Celeste, you're doing your badass stream from
Venture Maidens live in LA Fest for two
Whoa.
days. So
yeah,
yeah.
You guys are
so
all
I
together,
will be doing
right?
that. For the first time in 2 years, all 4 Venture Maidens will be able to be in the same room together since we started the podcast.
That's awesome.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's gonna be awesome.
And Laura, you're DMing locally, I believe, that day, right?
Yep, I am training a new generation of ladies. We're having a ladies' night at my local game store, so I am
Oh,
DMing a
Oh
bunch
yeah.
of girls who are interested in playing D&D. So hopefully bringing some new people into the fold and
Okay.
making Belladonnas stronger than ever.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I guess for the folks here, why don't we just go around the room, and why don't we start with you, Laura, since you're not feeling the best.
Yeah, I'm literally about to get up out of here. Hi, I'm Laura. You can find me on Twitter at When in Rome. I don't really do much outside of this stream, but I'm always on Twitter and I love talking about stuff, so feel free to DM me or message me on there.
Katie, what about you?
Hi, I'm Katie. You can find me on Twitter at lazy_mermaiden. I play here. I'm really active if you message me in Discord. And then I also do some of the art and stuff for the t-shirts. I'm working on more Belladonna stuff if anyone is interested. And
T-shirts.
then t-shirts.
My boobs. Yeah.
Boom! Also, sometimes I play on other channels, and when I do, I post on my Twitter about it. So it's completely random. But that's it.
All right, Celeste.
Hi, everybody. My name is Celeste Konowich. When I'm not here, you can find me over on the Venture Maidens channel. So Venture Maidens is a podcast and an actual play D&D show where I am usually the dungeon master. So if you want to check us out, find us at Venture Maidens on Twitter, all the social media platforms, or if you want to talk to me personally, at C Konowich on Twitter.
All right. And last but certainly not least, Brenna, our guest for tonight, but hopefully maybe, you know, showing up more often and more frequently. So, if you enjoyed it, I mean, for being here.
Of course. Yeah, it's so nice to, you know, get to play with more women. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ted.
That's okay. Hey, listen. I'm setting. Listen, I'll just set the stage. You guys do all the hard part.
But yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Brenna Noonan. You can find the dice we make over at Polyhero. On Twitter, I talk about a lot of RPGs and board games in general. You can also find me on Twitch at Dreadwolf Cub, streaming Overwatch badly.
Which we need to play together for reals. Overwatch.
Yeah,
we need to do that. Yeah, we should talk. Definitely. And I'll try to send my folks over your way and vice versa.
Sounds good.
So thank you again for the giveaway. So if you guys missed it, unfortunately the giveaways are over, but we gave away 3 sets of Polyhero Dice throughout the course of the stream. I promise you this won't be the last time we do giveaways for Polyhero, as long as Brenna still likes to give me stuff to give away.
Polyhero hard immersion.
Yes. So if you missed out, the Rogue Kickstarter ended a while back, but can people still jump in, like, backer kit wise?
Yeah, we're still taking. Yeah, so late pledges are open. So
okay, so those are very cool. The D20 is a lock. It's so awesome.
And
a lock and pick.
One.
It's a 2-piece D20. It's
Yeah.
awesome. And there's a big D20 gem as well for your
right.
I had to add that one on at the end. I was like,
yeah. So I'm sure if the opportunity arises when those are out, we may be doing giveaway stuff for that. But we'll get there. A couple of things. One, if you did like the Belladonnas t-shirt or the Nerd Immersion stuff, I just put a link in the chat there to our merchandise if you want to pick this up. There, it will be updated as more new art is created. Katie, as she said, is working on Belladonna's art currently, so that will be a thing that's option 2. Oops, gotta spell it right. We're sponsored by Nerd Immersion is sponsored, as you can see in the bottom left of the stream, by Initiative Coffee Company. They're a gaming company that makes, or a coffee company inspired by gamers. Their coffee blend is called Improved Initiative. It's one of the best cup of coffees I've had in a while. So if you want to use our coupon code, which is there in the chat, you can get $2 off. There's also a light roast coming out sometime soon. So
are you drinking it right now?
I am. It's we're gonna be filming. We're working on filming an ad for them.
Oh, cool.
Because and that they didn't ask us to do that. We want to do that. Because we love their coffee products. So last but not least, too, on all of this is Gen Con. Brenna, are you gonna be at Gen Con?
Yeah, I'm gonna be at Gen Con.
So
I'm gonna be at Gen Con.
I'm gonna be at Gen Con.
Oh my god.
So
I'm not gonna be at Gen Con.
sorry, guys.
I'm probably gonna go next year though. I was talking to Evil Homer about it.
Yeah, you guys. There's gonna be so much Gen Con content. We're gonna be doing interviews because I'm there on a media pass, so you can expect a Polyhero interview, obviously. But
we're gonna have Everdell too.
Very cool. We'll have most of our Princes of the Apocalypse group. So we'll try to. There will be games. There will be all of the games, and the streams and whatnot. So be on the lookout. It's about a month away at this point.
So sad.
Don't remind me.
So, anyway,
I'll be at Kineticon also if anybody's going to Kineticon.
Really?
Yeah.
It's kind of like a rando. It feels like a.
Yeah.
When is that?
I don't know.
Okay, I was gonna say because like
I just got back from Origins and like I'm I haven't been able to plan for it yet. It's in like 2 weeks. So.
I was gonna say because that's like an hour from me. So
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like just a couple hours from us.
interesting. Are you gonna be there, Polyhero, or just there? Or
No, I don't think we're gonna Polyhero there.
You're gonna
Probably board game
do-
side.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah.
You should check out the
Yeah,
board
so we'll
games
have, like-
too.
Yeah, so we'll have like Nemo's War and Black Orchestra and stuff.
Board game booster box.
Yeah, I think they're going. Yep.
That's worth it. You should check out. We did an unboxing. It's horribly out of focus. It's great. Anyway, thank you so much, Brenna, for being here. Thank you to all of the new folks who came for the raid. You can come out tomorrow to watch me run my homebrew game right behind me at this table. And then this game will return on the 23rd, but there will be other games on Monday, as well as character building streams on Wednesday. Tomorrow is Dream from Sandman Chronicles. So if you want to see that, tune in tomorrow night at 10 o'clock. And then after that, go watch The Venture Maidens, because they're great, and they're streaming right after. And lastly, sorry, this is the last thing. When we jump off here, I will very shortly after rerun this episode. So if you came in late and want to catch it from the beginning or just want to watch the whole thing through, I'll rerun it so you can just watch if you want to stay up and do that. So anyway, with that amount of rambling over, thank you so much, everyone. And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.